your team for Welsh sport. BBC Radio Wales Sport.
Hello there, good evening. This is Ian Hunt and welcome to another night of live international sports. And how's the heart rate after yesterday? Well, if you follow the football as well as the rugby, well, you could be in for another stressful night. It's certainly not been easy watching Wales struggle to beat the so-called minnows in the race for the Euros.
Ramsey onto his right foot has to turn, then plays it into Dan James, crosses left footed, keeper ball header, keeper ball goal for Wales. He's made the breakthrough. It's Wales 1, Latvia 0.
Yeah, that was March. No wins since then, but two damaging defeats that makes tonight a must-win in Latvia. The hosts hurting after Croatia smashed in 5 on Friday.
Scintillating football from Croatia and another goal at the end of it. It has been a masterful display from Croatia to remind the challengers in Group D that they mean business.
Well, how Rob Page could do with a thumping big win, although any win might do as he tries to keep the critics quiet.
It's part of football. Everybody's going to have an opinion on it. The guys in the press, the supporters, of course they are. And they're not always going to agree with what I do or how I go about my work. So I just have to be true to myself and do what I think is right.
Yeah, big night for Robert. Big night too for Roberts. It's cap number 50 for Connor in Riga, almost exactly 5 years after scoring on his competitive debut.
Bale slides it across to Connor Roberts to shoot. What a shot! What a goal! What a time to score for the very first time in your career. A competitive goal for Connor Roberts, capped by a goal.
Yeah, another one tonight would help, wouldn't it? Roberts starts this evening, as does captain Aaron Ramsey. Latvia against Wales coming up. Plus, we'll have a reaction from the Rugby World Cup after the brilliant Battle of Bordeaux.
6-point match. A BG come again. Now they go wide. To Isova. Out wide to Ranranda. Oh, it on! And Wales have escaped one of the most dramatic games of rugby you will ever see.
This is BBC Radio Wales Sport
With Ian Hunt.
That wasn't a bad game, was it? Good evening and welcome to Radio Wales Sports. Live as well tonight on BBC Sounds and 5 Sports Extra. We could do this, can't we? Another nervy night watching Wales desperately trying to win. If you're not really a rugby fan, you probably had a fairly relaxing Sunday by comparison and maybe wondering what all the fuss is about. But how relaxing is tonight going to be, knowing that Rob Page's Wales really need a win in Riga to keep alive their hopes of qualifying automatically for Euro 2024. Just one win from the first 4 qualifiers, and those awful June defeats to Armenia and Turkey means that Wales need the second half of this campaign to go pretty much perfectly if they are to finish in the top 2. 2 former Wales strikers with me this evening. Ian Walsh in studio. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ian.
And Nathan Blake in the beautiful Latvian capital of Riga. How are you, Nathan? How is it there?
That's pretty lively, Ian. Both teams out on the pitch warming up. Lovely evening. Not overly muggy. It's still warm, but music pumping and everyone's excited, looking forward to the game.
Good. It's a good trip, isn't it, for Wales fans, this one? It feels, Nathan, like a key game for Wales for so many reasons. Obviously, to try to get qualification hopes back on track, for Rob Page to lift the pressure on himself. I suppose also just to give Wales fans a bit of fun, to put smiles back on faces.
Yeah, it's been a while. Listen, it's been a bad run of games and a bad run of results. I don't think anyone could doubt that, but these things happen sometimes in football. We've had come off the back of a poor World Cup, a fantastic qualifying campaign to get there, and we've sort of hit the buffers. Like Rob said earlier, we were chatting and losing some huge names, and arguably Wales' greatest player has taken its toll. But it's supposed to be in transition, and if you're in transition, then you need time for things to change. It's not just going to happen overnight. There are a lot of players here with over 20, 30 caps who you can't be calling them inexperienced anymore, and it's for them players to try and step up and fill that void. You're never going to fill the void of Gareth Bale completely, the loss of Gareth Bale completely, but you've got 3 or 4 players who could maybe get up to 60-70% of what he'd done. But Wales just have to play better, they have to defend better, they have to be harder to beat. And Rob Page, I'm sure, by evidence of the South Korea game, he's reverted back to a back five. And I think that's a good plan. But I also think that the wing backs really need to engage more and get higher up the pitch when it's called for. So, a lot of things to think about for Rob, but fingers crossed he can get a good result tonight.
We'll look at that team in detail in just a moment, but Ian Walsh with me in studio. Fierce criticism of Rob Page, of course, for the way things have gone, 1 win in 13. We don't want to over-dramatise the situation, but then again, we don't know what people at the FAW are thinking. So if he loses tonight in Latvia, do you think that they might make a change?
I don't think they'll make a change. No, they might think about making a change, but I don't think they will make a change, and I don't think they used to. As Blakey quite rightly say, this is very much a team in transition, and Blakey says if you've got somebody 60 to 70% of Gareth Bale, then I would go for somebody 5 to 10% as good as Gareth Bale, because that's going to be something really special as well. Yeah, we've lost our talisman, we've lost lots of good players. Joe Allen, Bale, take people like that out of your team, and it's going to be difficult to rebuild and sort of regenerate, if you want. We've got lots of young talent there, lots of players who've played a few games as well, so there's no excuses for them. But also, this is the way of the world with football these days. With Pagey, I think it's going to be, he's got to get a result tonight to keep the pressure off. And whether we're going to be good enough between now and the end of the campaign to qualify in those automatic positions will dictate really what the future holds for Robbie Page. But we're all behind him. There's a lot of cynics out there, and I call them a lot of waste of time, really, because they do miff me off, for want of a better term, because everybody's going to realise when you lose worldy players, we're talking world players, and to be fair to Aaron Ramsey's come back to Cardiff, and he's doing well, he's looking sharp, looking fitter, but he's not the player he was 4 or 5 years ago. So it is transition, a lot of new talent, they've got to gel, he's got to find the best way of playing. But I totally agree, we've got to stop the goals going in. Be hard to beat, start from scratch, and let the talent that we've got higher up the field hopefully create the score goals.
Miff me off. Not heard that one before.
No, well, I was thinking of the word that I shouldn't use, and I shouldn't have used it, so something different is. I won't go there.
We will run through the Group D table in full in just a moment, just to sort of explain, just to remind you exactly where Wales stand in terms of qualification. First, though, let's get the details on that team then from Rob Phillips, who's alongside Nathan Blake there. Evening, Rob.
Yes, welcome evening Ian to the Skonto Stadium here in Riga. Here's the Wales team then, much as expected. It's Danny Ward in goal, then 5 across the back, Connor Roberts, Chris Mepham, Joe Roden, Ben Davis and Nico Williams. Ethan Ampadu alongside Jordan James made his first start against Korea, makes his first competitive start now in this game, and then it's Aaron Ramsey returning as captain in place of Nathan Broadhead, alongside Harry Wilson, and leading the line Brennan Johnson. And Latvia have made a couple of changes from the team that were thrashed 5-0 in Croatia on Friday. They changed their goalkeeper. Robert Ozils comes in to the number 1 spot, and also in midfield Raymond Krollis goes to their lineup as well. They are 134th in the FIFA rankings. That's 99 places below Wales. How much will that count tonight?
We shall see, and actually Latvia will be unable to finish in the top 2 if they lose this evening. Nothing else can be settled in Group D tonight. One full-time score though from the 5 o'clock kickoff, Croatia winning 1-0 in Armenia. So 2 wins from 2 over the last 4 days for them. It means they go top ahead of Turkey on goal difference. So now Croatia leading on 10, second are Turkey on 10, then it's Armenia on 7 points, Wales 4th in the group on 4, so they're now 6 points behind both Croatia and Turkey. Latvia bottom with 0 points. Wales need to beat Latvia by 5 to go 3rd in the table this evening. And you can watch the highlights later, as ever, here on the BBC, BBC One Wales and the iPlayer at 20 to 11. And part of the panel this evening will be the former Wales international Nia Jones, who has popped into studio. Nia, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And actually, I've got to say, I've got the radio face on tonight. I'm not on the panel, but you will maybe hear my husky voice on some of the commentary.
Oh, well, look forward to that. So you're on commentary with Simon tonight?
I am, lucky me.
Have you got a Spice Girls t-shirt on?
I have. You've outed me live on radio. I can't believe it.
Sorry about that. You're going to wear it, you know.
That's true.
I always reference what people are wearing on their t-shirts, don't I?
I'm enjoying your Britney Spears one that you've got on at the minute as well, Ian.
How are you? I've left that at home. How are you feeling about it then? I mean, let's talk about the team first of all, shall we? And the team he's gone with tonight, quite simple. Aaron Ramsey coming in for Nathan Broadhead.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think, you know, we all had a little laugh, didn't we, when we heard Page's interview last week when he said he really didn't want to play that South Korea game. Actually, the way he ended up playing it and the lineup he ended up playing, the fact that we can say, yes, now in hindsight we came out with no niggles and injuries, I think it was a brilliant dress rehearsal for that group. I don't know about you, but coming off the back of that June couple of games, I'm filled with tons more confident having watched the team on Friday night against, yes, they were somewhat the 60% pace South Korean team, but actually the balance of the team with that back five just gave licence for Roberts and Williams to attack and all, you know, not so much worry about the defensive responsibilities when you had Jordan James, who was terrific on his first international start, and Ampadu holding the line and helping out the back line if you needed. So you can't deny the quality of Aaron Ramsey, and he started the season really well, 2 goals in 5 appearances for Cardiff City. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Broadhead because I thought he had a really good night the other night as well, worked really hard, was energetic, worked really well with Johnson and Wilson up front as well. But you know, you can't deny Aaron Ramsey's inclusion, and I'm really looking forward to watching this Wales team tonight.
We're going through the table there, the state of play in Group D. 12 points to play for halfway through the group. So for you, do you think they'll qualify? And what is tonight? Is it a must win or just a must not lose?
I think it's difficult for us to qualify automatically now if we're honest with where the other teams in the group are. I think Croatia are probably going to run away with it. We were very, very lucky to come away with the 3 points over there with Broadhead's last minute winner, of course, but I think based on the form that Wales are currently in as well, it'll be difficult to halfway through this campaign all of a sudden go on a winning streak. So I think the fact that the performance at least on Friday was improving will give the group huge confidence, and you know, seeing Turkey and Armenia battle it out for a draw the other night should probably wake up fans and people like me, critics like me, to say actually they're 2 decent sides. So it might not be as catastrophic as it seemed in June. It's just we have high expectations for a Wales national team now.
We do indeed, after qualifying for the last 3 major tournaments. Thanks, Nia.
No problem.
Enjoy Match of the Day Wales later, 20 to 11 on BBC One Wales and the iPlayer. I mean, we talk about expectations there. It was interesting, wasn't it, last week to hear Connor Roberts suggesting it was, in his words, naive to think that Wales could qualify for every single tournament. It's certainly an interesting debate, isn't it, for sure? Maybe you think he's right. But let's hear from the Burnley defender, because tonight he hits the half century. 50 caps for Wales, having made his debut 5 years ago in China.
What a moment for Connor Roberts of Swansea City. His first cap for Wales. 2018 has been a special year. He's broken into the Swansea team and now wins his first international cap.
I'm immensely proud, you know. I think I've said it many times over. When I was a young boy, I never thought I would ever be a professional footballer, let alone play nearly 50 times for my country, and I'll cherish every moment. And I've had some unbelievable experiences, a World Cup, a Euros, a couple of goals and a load of happy times in a Wales jersey, so hopefully that can continue for a couple of years at least.
Back to Bale, slides it across to Connor Roberts to shoot! What a shot! What a goal! What a time to score for the very first time in your career! It's Wales 4, Republic of Ireland 0.
It's something that I'll never forget. Obviously my first professional goal ever on my first start for my country is something that I will, like I say, never forget, and people will always mention that, I think, going forward.
He's a proper athlete, this boy.
I think I've only missed a handful of camps, a handful of games, so I've got to nearly 50 caps very quickly and played in, like I say, World Cup, Euros, enjoyed every minute of it. And when it all is said and done and I don't play for Wales no more, I'll be upset, I'll be sad that I don't get to put on that jersey and play in front of all my friends, all my family and the Red Wall as well.
Wales have suffered enough in Samsun. Turkey had the last word in the end with 2 goals in 8 minutes. The question marks build against Rob Page, and Wales are really up against it if they're to make the top 2 in this group.
Not only me, but we've got a lot of young players in this squad who have kind of only experienced success, and it's been difficult, but I think would we be naive as a country and as a squad to think that we're going to qualify for every single tournament from now on? I think we would. So we find ourselves in a difficult position, but we're still in with a chance, and that's all you can do is try and win the next game.
Dan James crosses left-footed. Keeper Moore header. Keeper Moore goal. It's Wales 1, Latvia 0.
We all know that the only way to put things right is to play well and win games. It's not going to be easy. I think a lot of people don't realise that the lesser nations, the nations who aren't as well known, they're getting better and better, and yeah, it's going to be another tough game, and that's all we can do is go into it and try and win. And every footballer, especially in this squad, wants to win games, and when we're playing for our brilliant country, that's what we want to do.
Just loves pulling on that red jersey, doesn't he, Connor Roberts, there as he prepares to earn his 50th cap as part of the team there in Riga tonight. You are with Radio Wales tonight. More live international sport as Wales take on Latvia. Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips there in Riga for us. Ian Walsh is with me in studio, and it certainly looks hot out there. We're just watching pictures, aren't we, Ian, of the players warming up, looking pretty sweaty and sticky. Is it really hot, Rob? What sort of temperature is it?
I would have said it's cooling down now. It's been warm this afternoon. It's been warm ever since we got here yesterday. But I think it's a fairly comfortable temperature, certainly to commentate in. We're not sweating reams or whatever, so they're warming up and they're in a bit of a sweat in front of us, the Wales substitutes. But hey, that's to be expected.
Hotter in Cardiff last Thursday, probably, for the Saudi Arabia game. So they've prepared for this. And Nathan, let's just talk about Connor Roberts then. Big night for him. And I was at the press conference last week where he was talking about, going on loan to places like Yeovil and Middlesbrough, and really just wondering where he was going with his career. He just didn't enjoy it back then. But now he's on to 50 caps already in 5 years. On that basis, he could win 100 by 32? Who knows how many he'll get to?
Yeah, that's football, Ian. It can change in an instant. But look, good luck to the kid. He's done fantastically well. I think he kind of came out of nowhere, and to score his first goal of his career for his country is monumental. I think he does really well for Wales. I think he can improve on his discipline defensively. I think he can be better defensively. But going forward, he's always a threat. He surprises me every time I see him, getting to that far stick at the far post in games, and wonder how he gets there. But the boy's got a hell of an engine on him. He's super fit, and he's made that right back berth his own. So, at the moment you'd say there's not many challenges for him. So, maybe we'll get the 100, 110 caps, but you never know. Like, he came out of the woodwork, there's always somebody else. But for now, he's doing really well for Wales.
Yeah, and he has this childlike enthusiasm, doesn't he, for playing for Wales here. Maybe he needs a bit of competition as well. That would help.
Well, he's playing at a great standard. He got promotion last season, and I've said it for a long time about Connor Roberts, that I think he's a fantastic team. And if Rob and Blakey are listening, I got a bit of a quiz question here.
Oh, here we go.
And I'll tell you why I think he's developed so well and so quickly is who was at Swansea City in front of him all those years? Spanish right back.
That will be
Angel.
You mean the Catalan right back?
Angel. Yeah. So he was fantastic for Swansea. What a superb footballer's brain. Played in that position, you could see everything. Very much like Connor, not the best defender in the world, but my goodness, what an opportunity when he gets forward, he creates space. So I think he learned a lot from Angel in that situation. To take him to...
What I would say as well is that he's at Burnley now, and he always tells me Craig Bellamy has been a big influence on him as well. Just on the whole game rather than just what he says. Sorry?
From Vincent Kompany?
Well, I'm Vincent Kompany as well, but
give him some credit.
Yeah, I think he was a bit wary when he bumped into Craig Bellamy.
Well, that's why he says he gets
roots and his Swansea roots, but he doesn't half listen, and we know, because you boys know Craig Bellamy well. He's knowledgeable on football, and Vincent Kompany said has just opened his eyes up to
Rob,
so many
I think
things.
most footballers who played at the top are knowledgeable on football, to be honest with you, and getting that sort of coaching from Craig and getting that sort of coaching and leadership from a man like Vinny Kompany and what he's done in football is quite incredible. So, it's only going to bode well for Connor and bode well for Wales in the future.
We're going to hear from Aaron Ramsey in a moment, Rob. I just want to keep dropping in little bits of the atmosphere there in Riga, and we're just looking at the pictures of the Wales fans sort of able to sit or stand in their seats with a pint of beer, obviously allowed to take it out there in their plastic glasses. How many Wales fans do you think are out there?
There seem to be more Welsh fans than Latvian fans right now.
And I think that will be the case.
There's across from us, there's like the stand, and I can see a group of Welsh fans clubbed together. There must be 30, 40, maybe 50 of them already. Over in the left-hand corner, to my left, there's a massive group of them. Down in front of me, around the pitch, there's loads of them. To my right, I can see red shirts. It's just like a home game.
And I'll be honest, Ian, just to describe the stadium, if you weren't listening to Drive, it's a bit like the opposite stand to us. It's a bit like the Bisley stand at Rodney Parade, opposite where we sit.
Oh, the yellow seats.
There's yellow seats, absolutely, yellow, red. Then there's a sports centre, which will be the mix zone on one corner of the pitch. Believe it or not, it's a five-a-side pitch where we're going to hold the mix zone interviews when players walk through at the end.
And then there's a small stand, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a half a stand behind the one goal where the Wales players are training. That looks as if it's going to be 2/3 Wales fans, and at the other end where the Latvia players are, it's open. There's a net up in case there's any wayward shots, which is probably just as well, and it's just an open end with a car park. It reminds me a lot of the Kassam Stadium in Oxford. It's three-sided.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's like Nathan was doing such a good job of describing the scene there that you sounded like you had to sort of chip in and outperform him, Rob.
He's the main commentator.
Beautifully described.
Just remember that now and then.
Beautiful pictures painted there, Ian, by Nathan and Rob.
Can we get back to there is a game to play, guys?
All right. Let's hear from Aaron Ramsey, shall we?
Yeah.
But it's good to know what it's like there and just how many Wales fans are sort of out there for this key game. So let's hear from Aaron Ramsey and the speculation around Rob Page's future, which continues to swirl around. We've talked about it already, but the players do seem to have his back, at least publicly, with Ramsey, the captain, again defending the manager's record as Wales boss before tonight's game, as they try to make the nation, proud of them again.
Yeah, whenever we go out there, obviously we want to do ourselves proud, do our manager proud, our coaching staff, our fans. Everything comes under that sort of umbrella. But no, we're right behind him. We know how we all feel comfortable around him, and he definitely, over the last 4 or 5 years now is shown what he's capable of doing. Getting to major tournaments, bringing through a lot of young players, giving them opportunities in the League of Nations games and things like that. And when you're doing that as well, maybe some of them results didn't come off, but the experience and things that some of them players got in them games is valuable for us going forward.
Amadou hits the ball first time, looking for James over the top. Williams breaks through a challenge, still going Nico Williams. Plays it into Ramsey. Ramsey into the penalty area. Chance here. Brennan Johnson has scored.
He's an unbelievable talent and has shown, over the last a year or so at Forest what he's capable of doing, and now hopefully he can take another step going forward, and hopefully for Wales he can be a main part of that for many years to come. He has so much ability, and it's about us now just linking up and getting that front three really firing, playing together and giving each other opportunities and asking questions of the opposition.
Ramsey onto his right foot, has to turn, then plays it into Dan James, crosses left footed, keeper ball header, keeper ball goal! It's Wales 1, Latvia 0.
There are goals in this team for sure. Obviously, when you take out a player who's delivered and scored so many goals for Wales, it's going to be difficult to fill that void. But hopefully now a lot more of us can chip in. We got some really good players who are more than capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. So, like I said earlier, it's about getting that chemistry going on between the front three and the midfielders as well, and really trying to hurt the opposition and be more clinical.
Aaron Ramsey, Wales captain, back in the starting 11 for tonight's game then in Latvia after starting on the bench against South Korea on Thursday. The warm-up still going on out there in Riga. Ian Walsh with me, Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips in the commentary point. in Riga, and let's talk about Aaron Ramsey. And I think you alluded to it earlier, Ian, just trying to get back to his best and try to sort of see the Ramsey we saw maybe a few years ago for Wales. Remember, he was scoring twice against Hungary to get Wales over the line and qualifying for the Euros. Brilliant that night. Can we see that again for him, because he started the season really well back at Cardiff?
I think for him going back to Cardiff, a lot of people possibly would have thought it wasn't the best move for him, but when in hindsight he's gone back there and he showed great attitude for me, and I think it's a goal that he wants to set himself to get as close to promotion as possible. If he had gone to another club, he'd have been an Aaron Ramsey just in another midfield and whatever, but now he's got something to, he's got the light at the end of the tunnel to go and get. So I think, and again, wonderful attitude, superb player. Obviously not going to be the player he was those years ago, but he can still be very influential. And against a team like Latvia, without being disrespectful to them, then a game like this, if it goes right, then we should see a lot of Aaron Ramsey on the ball and him dictating things in that midfield. But what I would do if I was Robbie Page at this stage, the most important thing is to remind the players what happened to Latvia in the last game against Croatia. They got absolutely smashed. So I would say to the players, just get on top of the game, see if you can get an early goal and make them feel as if they're 5-0 down already, because it's difficult to come back from a 5-0 defeat or 4-0, whatever it was, a couple of days ago. So I think important. Ramsey's going to be a big part of that. I love his professionalism, I love his attitude, I love his play. It's just whether the other players around him can deliver.
And that's the thing, Nathan, isn't it? Whether there is too much reliance on Ramsey. He says there are goals in this team. I mean, do you agree with that? Where do you see the goals coming from? We've talked a lot about Brennan Johnson and the pressure on him post Gareth Bale.
Yeah, I think you mentioned the front three there. Wales are obviously reverting back to 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, however you want to look at it. But I think between Wilson, Johnson and Ramsey, they can all score goals, more than capable. We've seen them score at the highest level of British football in the Premier League and in international football. So they're more than capable. I wouldn't say, no one can say there's an out-and-out striker there, but they've most certainly got goals amongst them. And against a team like Walsh said, no disrespect, but after you've just come off the back of a 5-0 defeat, you've made changes, you've changed your goalkeeper, that doesn't go down well. And what Walsh means is get on top of the team by making them feel like a 5-0 loss is the worst thing in the world. Get on top of them early. Don't give them an ounce of space, don't give them don't give them a chance, don't get the crowd involved. This crowd is going to be probably 50-50 or maybe 60-40 in Wales' favour. Get them behind you and they feel like a home game. And if they can do that in the first 20 odd minutes and get themselves a goal, it'll be a comfortable night for Wales. But they have to, they can't allow Latvia to gain confidence and even get goals and stuff like that. They've really got to put the foot on them and really put them to bed as early as possible.
We're going to hear from Rob Page in a moment, Rob Phillips, but what was your sense, your take on how he seemed over the weekend, his mood, his defiance, if you like?
Well, I think he has answered every question that the press has put to him and we've put to him as the media. And they've been some tough questions for a guy who's got a lot of respect. He's a good character, but he's shown his strength of character as well, I think, because we've had to say, look, there's mood music around you. Some of the fans have turned against you after Armenia, the manner of defeat by Armenia. And it was interesting. We bumped into a fan today, and this sums up just how he can't win with some fans at the moment, who absolutely slaughtered him for putting Aaron Ramsey on Thursday against Korea. What a stupid thing to do. He could have got injured. Whereas a lot of fans beforehand were saying, well, hang on, he doesn't care about this game. We're paying 20 odd quid. Are we going to see these players? So he can't win as far as that goes. What he needs, the way he can win, is with a big victory here, and then it may silence some of the doubters. The problem also is that we don't know, as I've often said, the FAW councillors, the people at the top who make the decisions, are effectively fans themselves, and so they're influenced by a lot more than they used to be in the days of Walshy and Nathan Blake. They're influenced by social media. They read it, and it's often the noisy ones on social media who hold the sway of the argument. They try to form the argument.
I didn't play in the 60s with Walshy. Come on, Rob.
You did in the late 70s, though, eh? Well, listen, it was Rob.
The problem is, for me, it's like I keep saying to Rob, and I've said on air before, it's different now. Rob and I had this discussion earlier. Years ago, Rob wrote for the Echo and would give his opinion, and that's what really mattered, and fans would read that, or some fans would read that and form their opinion. Now you go on social media, there's after a game there might be like 10,000, 20,000 tweets, comments, all different, all slightly different. What you should. Pagey's bang on when he says, I can't do anything about that. You have to just seclude yourself from all of that. You've got to know your own mind and know what it is you're trying to achieve. Rob's been in football since he's probably an 8-year-old kid. He understands what it means. He understands what it means to the country, what it means going to World Cups, European Championships. He has to get back to getting results after, like we've said, a transitional period, but he has to get back to getting results sooner rather than later, and he's got to shut out all the background noise from the likes of ourselves, the likes of the fans. It's all got to be shut out. You can't let it seep into the dressing room. The players can't let it come into the dressing room. They've really got to focus on the job in hand.
All right, Nath. Well, we want to squeeze in Rob Page before the teams come out, so let's hear from him then. It is only the third time these countries have met. The 1-0 Wales win in March in Cardiff, and a 2-0 win for Wales in Latvia 19 years ago. John Hartson and Craig Bellamy with the goals in that 2004 friendly, and a certain Rob Page playing in defence. But now, well, he is on the defensive as the Wales manager, facing more questions about his future, having overseen just one win in the last 13.
It's part of football. Everybody's going to have an opinion on it. You guys in the press, the supporters, of course they are, and they're not always going to agree with what I do or how I go about my work, so I just have to be true to myself and do what I think is right. That's why I've got the job. I'm enjoying every minute of it, even the stress and pressure that comes with it. This is a work in progress. I've done something right for the last couple of years to be given the opportunity to manage Wales.
A header forward, it's in the Ukraine half. Just the final whistle. Wales have done it. They've reached the World Cup. Their drought is at an end.
It's expectations, isn't it? There's a generation of football supporters now that have only seen Wales win games of football and qualify for major tournaments. So since 2016, what Chris did in the semi-finals was incredible. And after that, we've continued to be successful, but with some of the top players that we've had. So losing them makes the job harder, but expectations dictates that we should still be qualifying. It's not as simple as that.
You've been around long enough to know what the score is.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're not only trying to get Wales to qualify, but you're fighting to keep your job?
You've got to look, Rob. We're in an industry that you need to win games of football. What I will say at international level is we are in a transition period as well. So I can't influence what the board above, what everybody else does. All I can worry about is trying to win games of football and give it my best shot. And if I do that and it don't work out for me, at least I can walk away with my head held high and knowing that I've given it absolutely everything. And that's what we're doing at the moment.
So where does this game compare with other games you've gone into?
It's an important one. It's the next one where the 3 points are at stake, and we'll give it everything to get those 3 points, to give us the next win, to get us up that table. We've seen the table, we've seen the results the other night.
Scintillating football from Croatia, and another goal at the end of it. It has been a masterful display from Croatia to remind the challengers in Group D that they mean business.
It's a great opportunity for us. We know the fixtures are to come as well. So yeah, we're full focus is on the 3 points, and I completely understand your line of questioning, your reporters, you've got to do it, but I've not even thought about that. Full focus is on getting a win tomorrow night.
You took all the results on Friday. Do you feel the draw between Turkey and Armenia has opened up just a little gap for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was probably the best result for us. A point each. It's probably the best result for us. It'd be nice for Croatia to get another win and let them get away with it, and then us, fight out them for the second spot. So there's still points to be taken in this group, and there'll still be a few surprises, no doubt.
Yeah, Turkey held 1-1 by Armenia on Friday to leave Wales 6 points off top spots, and 6 points as well now behind Croatia as well, after they got a win this evening in Armenia. So Wales 6 behind both Croatia and Turkey. Latvia coming into this game after a 5-0 thrashing by Croatia on Friday. Wales goalless against South Korea on Thursday, but of course those two damaging defeats in June against Armenia and Turkey to try to recover from. The teams are in the tunnel, about to come out. Final thoughts from Ian Walsh and Nathan Blake. It's a huge night, Ian.
Yeah, massive night, and just akin to boxing. You know, if Latvia have been knocked down 5 times last week, Wales have got to knock them down like 6th time tonight and just get on top of them early, get an early goal, and just turn things around for the boys, and hopefully we can get all the points tonight.
Nathan Blake, we don't want the same thing as March, where they struggled to overcome Latvia at home.
No, but they got the job done, and I would say, regardless of which, like Rob says, 3 points. Every game is 3 points. You get 3 points and you're still in it. It's as simple as that. Can't afford to draw, can't afford to lose.
Well, the Red Wall are there in force in Riga. The fans have got their pints, they've got their bucket hats, they've got their red shirts on. But of course, what they really want this evening is 3 points to revive those Euro 2024 qualification hopes. Wales in their all-changed white kit coming out. Latvia in their purple kit. It's time to hand you over to our commentary team there in Riga. You're listening to BBC Radio Wales, BBC Sounds and 5 Sport Extra as the two sides walk across the pitch before the anthems. Let's join Ian Walsh and out in Riga, Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips.
Thanks very much. The two sides turned away from us on the opposite side of the pitch, facing the dignitaries here at the Skonto Stadions here in Riga, and now the crowd stand for the national anthems. God bless Latvia. A rousing rendition, and the red wall splattered all over the stadium, it's fair to say. There's a group in the far corner opposite us, a group opposite us, and then behind the goal as well, on either side of us, and myself and Nathan Blake are perched behind a big section of Latvian fans, although sprinkling of the Wales beanie hats as well. So it is quite an atmosphere in this Skonto Stadium. The team pictures will be followed by a period of silence to commemorate those who tragically lost their lives in the earthquake in Morocco. as the two sides separate and head to their respective halves. I think there'll be the tosses going on the far side, so let me just run you through the Wales team again. Huge night for Connor Roberts, making his 50th cap. He becomes the 42nd golden cap to wear the Wales colours. So it's Danny Ward in goal, and it will be Connor Roberts on one flank, Nico Williams on the other, Chris Mepham, Joe Roden, Ethan Ampadu, Ben Davis, and then Ethan Ampadu in midfield alongside Jordan James making his first competitive start, and then I think two in front of them, Aaron Ramsey and Harry Wilson, with Brennan Johnson leading the line. Latvia have Robert Otsols in goal, across the back Robert Savalniks, Kaspars Dubra, Antovs Chernovcic, Andres Kijanik at the back, Christos Tobes the captain, and Edwards Emsis at the holding midfield players. Alvis Jaunzems, Reismonds Krollis and Yanis Ikauniaks will play behind the striker Roberts Uldrikins. The two sides gather around the centre circle for a period of silence for those who lost their lives in the earthquake in Morocco. A well-observed silence. Wales break to our right in their all-white strip tonight. Latvia in maroon colour shirts, black shorts, black socks. Bottom of the group, Wales currently standing fourth. 3 points of drift of Armenia, who lost in Croatia tonight. Croatia go top ahead of Turkey. So after the June jitters, Wales really need to bounce back in some style tonight. A game so important for their qualification hopes and the future of Rob Page, the manager too. We are underway here on a cool evening in Latvia. Certainly cooler than it was a couple of hours ago in this city in the Baltics. They're already charged forward with their captain Tobes, but Connor Roberts, his 50th cap, first thing he does is win a free kick, and they're setting up Nathan Blake much as we expected. Wales.
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. Good evening all. Three at the back, two wing backs, two holding midfielders, and three up top with Aaron Ramsey just slightly deeper. So yeah, as we expected, Rob, just need to settle down into this game and try and get some football patterns going, some passing patterns going as quickly as possible.
Pick on by Nico Williams. Captain Aaron Ramsey couldn't reach it. Good ball forward, but Wales have men there, and Ampadu strides out of a defensive zone, fires it forward for Brennan Johnson. Johnson's in behind the defence. Can he score? No, he's put a left-footed shot wide, broke into the penalty area inside left position and scooped it wide of the near post. What a chance, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, first minute or two, Rob, excellent chance. Really good play by Wales. Break-up play, good tackle in the final third, and then Ethan Ampadu travels with the ball and slips a lovely pass in behind the Latvian defence. Brennan Johnson runs onto it. It's on his left foot, decides to take it quite early, but puts it high and wide past the keeper's near post. Really need to go low and across the keeper there with his left foot. So good start.
Yeah, Jordan James tries to get Connor Roberts away down that right-hand side. Latvia get the ball out of defence until it's hammered forward, and it was such a big kick by Chris Mepham. Took a deflection on the way, and Wales have their first corner. Remember, they only won in Cardiff in the opening game, the second game of this group, because of a Kiefer Moore goal. No Kiefer Moore tonight. He's suspended. So is Joe Morrell. Corner from the right-hand side. Floated in, Ampadu header, puts it high and wide.
Again, it's a good chance, Rob. No, it's a good chance when you see a player's reaction. He headers it and then kicks the post in anger. It just got underneath that. Yeah, it's just hit him on the top of the head. He's tried to direct it towards goal. He's turned his head. It's not hit his forehead, it's hit the top of his head and gone high over the bar.
You're listening to European qualification action in Group D here on BBC Radio Well Sport and 5 Sport Extra. It's Latvia against Wales. Earlier on, Armenia lost 1-0 at home to Croatia, who go to the top of the group as the ball is chipped over the Wales defence. Ward didn't know whether to stick or twist. In the end, he twisted. Missed kick on the edge of the penalty area, and Connor Roberts should clear the ball away. He's taken late though by Mikanieks. The referee is Mikhail Ochenas of Slovakia, and the VAR official, so important these days, Alejandro Di Paolo of Italy. It's 0-0. We've played nearly 4 minutes in a raucous atmosphere in Riga, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, I love these little stadiums, Rob. Fans right on top of you, Latvian fans all clapping and singing in unison. Welsh fans yet to get going, although I can't hear them to my left, they are singing. Really good atmosphere.
First thing they want to do is quieten the crowd. Head tennis being played in the Latvia half. Little nudge that time by Mepham. No need for that on halfway. Spotted by the referee.
I think it was Connor Roberts. He just made an arch. He didn't jump, he turned his back and just made an arch, Rob. Just bent over. Latvian player went up in the air for the ball and just took a ride on his back. It's one of them dangerous plays.
Yeah, that was Raymond Krollis. Plays his football in Spezia in Italy. Former teammate there of Ethan Ampadu, of course. Now ensconced at Ellen Road, Leeds. As the ball is put out by Mepham for a throw into Latvia, playing from left to right. Deep in Wales half, now it's back in the Latvian half. It's going all the way back to their goalkeeper, Robert Odzols, who's been recalled tonight for his 16th cap. He's replaced Nils Thomas Purins, who had 5 put past him on Friday night. Header forward by Nico Williams. Aaron Ramsey, little back heel just to keep control of the ball. He's caught late, Ramsey, and he stayed down, which is a worry for Wales. Slovakia are 3 up against Liechtenstein, and they've played 7 minutes.
That's not good, Rob.
Unless you're Slovakian, of course.
Yeah, could do the same here. Could do it the same here.
Ramsey's okay. Ampadu flights the ball out to the right-hand side to Connor Roberts, hogging that far touchline. Back to Mepham, goes back to Danny Ward, who made his first appearance of the season last Thursday against South Korea. Goalless draw. Look pretty sharp as well. James has it now. Jordan James of Birmingham, wide to Roberts. Roberts 15 yards inside the Latvia half. Back to James. Sees Davis free on the edge of the centre circle, left side. Davis was set upon quickly then by Alvis Jaunzems. Plays his football in Poland. Wales have taken the throw in quickly. It's with Roden, who's the central of the 3 centre-backs. Davis now chips it down the left-hand side. Ramsey leaves it to Nico Williams. Williams heads towards the byline, cuts back onto his right foot, slides it in low, finds Brennan Johnson, sharp a handball back onto Ramsey. Ramsey leaves it to Williams, right-hand side again. Williams shows it to the marker, gives it to Ramsey, may think about shooting. Good ball into Wilson. Wilson tried to set up Johnson, but a little bit too intricate in a close space, and Latvia have got the ball away.
Yeah, Wales reluctant to put the ball in, Rob, because they don't have that Kiefer Moore, that powerhouse in the air. It's those situations around the box where if they put the ball in on a Kiefer Moore, he tends to win it, but they know it's got to be intricate. It's got to be in the feet. The ball's around the corner.
So Valnieks takes the throw back to Chemorodzic, almost caught by Brennan Johnson. He is rapid, Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, he took a slip just as he went to plant his foot to push off. Just slipped.
Pitch looks okay, you have to say.
Yeah, it looks lovely. It's in good nick.
0-0. Tobers comes short for the throw. He's shooed away. It's down this near side. The Wales left. Picked up by Williams. Williams drives forward. He's got 3 inside him. Johnson back to Ramsey. Williams has continues. Oh, lovely little play by Ramsey to shrug off a defender. Then he chips it across field. Gets a round of applause for that.
That was a lovely play, wasn't it?
He did that.
Chips.
He did then, and Johnson tried to curl a first-time ball out to Harry Wilson down the Wales right, but the Fulham player couldn't control, and it's goalless here on Radio World Sport and 5 Sport Extra.
He's just one step ahead with his brain there, Rob. He knows what the defender's thinking he's going to do, so he does something completely opposite, and we've got a corner out of that.
Wales have forced another corner. That's all about pressure. And Rob Page, in his 37th game at the helm, will want to make the most of the early pressure that Wales have had. It's been all Wales in the opening 9 minutes. Wilson, with the bleached blonde hair, takes this corner from the right-hand side. All Wales would love to get an early goal, just to calm the nerves. James is on the edge of the penalty area. The big men are inside. It's curled over, header towards goal, and then it's pushed over. It was a second header, and it's pushed over the top.
It was Davis,
Ben
wasn't it?
Davis.
Yeah.
Headed back by Mepham. Davis over the top. Wales corner, left-hand side.
It's a good corner though, Rob. New keeper put pressure on him. Right across the 6-yard box, didn't want to come for that.
Ramsey takes the corner on the opposite side. Williams picks up a loose ball on this near side, near the corner flag. Ramsey goes deeper, curls in a cross, headed out of the Latvia penalty area. Mepham goes across that far side, hoisted forward to the run of Chiganic. Wales have held them up now. Toba's the captain, wearing the bright lime green armband. Savalnic's inside to Emsis, who plays in Albania. And it'll be a Wales throw.
That's good pressure by Wales again. Ramsey, Brennan Johnson and Ampadu all involved there. Savanikis with no options at all. Really good pressure. Now they've got the ball back.
We'll go to Ian Walsh, the next breaking play. Former Wales striker watching this game with us. It's 0-0 on 5 Sport Extra and BBC Radio Wales, your home of Welsh football. Davis, vastly experienced defender for Wales. Ampadu, short ball into James, gets it back, does the Bournemouth defender, has Roberts hogging that far touch line. Roberts swung it over, left-footed, does find Williams, wasn't sure it had the legs to get there. Williams fancies a run, still going down the left-hand side, but a good challenge by Jean-Zems. It's going to be a good battle, that one, Nathan, I think.
Yeah, it is, Rob. Great switch of play by Conor Roberts.
Ampadu, low to Brennan Johnson, runs into traffic, but wriggles away towards the penalty area, curls a right-footed drive, high over past the left-hand post this time. That one much more awkward. Ian Walsh, what have you made of the start so far?
We should be at least 2-0 up by now, and I think the fluency of the play is good. I think my only concern is whether the boys have got their shooting boots on. They're creating so many chances. I don't think Latvia will offer us any problems whatsoever. So if we can get a first goal, I think we can get a hatful. But my only concern is whether we've got our shooting boots on, because the finishes at the moment have been dreadful.
Former Wales striker Ian Walsh here on BBC Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. What I would say is that Latvia are pretty good at scoring in front of their own fans, scored in each of the last 7 games.
They're very narrow though, Rob. Latvia. So narrow, it's allowing the wing backs to get up and get high and get forward for Wales.
Ampadu heads it down to Ramsey, flick around the corner on the edge of the box, headed out. Davis is picking up the loose ball. Williams seeing plenty of possession down this left hand side, back inside to Ben Davis, inside left, fires it out to Ramsey back to Nico Williams. Williams takes a run into the penalty area just as it nicked off him as he broke into the box. Latvia come away with it with Ems, but Ramsey just forces himself in front, lays it back to Danny Ward, 0-0.
Yeah, again, I think Nico Williams looked, he shaped as if he was going to cross that, wanted to cross it. I would say just put the ball in the box, you never know. And Brennan Johnson makes some great runs across defenders, and those defenders be nervous after a big 5-0 defeat.
60% possession to Wales so far, no goals to show for it, have created chances. Roberts is the outlet right hand side, Wilson up ahead, goes short though to James fires it left to Williams on the corner of the penalty area. Nico Williams now plays it back inside to Ampadu thought about shooting, kills it to Wilson, he does shoot, takes a deflection, dribbles, and it's easy for Ozols to collect.
Yeah, good play again though, wasn't it? That time they did open him up. Ethan Ampadu sees the ball in midfield, shapes the shoot and just slots a little ball into the feet. Really good play. Just took a deflection off the shot, just took the sting off it, but good play.
There's a Latvian mascot in front of us. I think he's the Wolf. They're called the Wolves, amongst other things. And he's getting the crowd singing around us. Heck of a disco beforehand though, Nathan Blake.
Some tunes bumping,
groovy tunes.
Some tunes bumping. We had some Robin Thicke and stuff like that.
Yeah. Was.
It's been a lovely place. It's been a great visit, hasn't it? Lovely people. Great atmosphere at this game.
Yeah. Davis for Wales, playing from right to left, all in white. Williams holds it up under pressure. Goes back though to Ward, who's well outside his penalty area. And you just wonder if they can get one, whether that would open the floodgates. Well, they won't like that with Williams losing his feet and possession on the touchline. Throw in to Latvia, who are 134th in the world in the FIFA rankings, Wales 35th. Ramsey, little header inside, but Toba's got there to punt it over the head of Ben Davis, who waits for the nudge of Raymond Krollis, who's a bit of a burly character, and wins the free kick, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, front two a decent size, isn't they?
They are. Only 6 of these starters actually started in the game in March, which, as I said, was settled by Kiefer Moore's goal. That came just after Wales's smash and grab raid in Croatia. Williams goes to ground, no foul though, but a good tackle by Roden, who's also playing his football at Leeds United now. Roberts has to get a bit of a jog on to get the ball forward.
Yeah, Nico's complaining he's actually stepped across the defender. That's why the referee's not giving that decision. He's looking at the linesman, but he stepped across, trying to put his body weight in there and come off worse.
Ben Davis, his 80th cap tonight. It's 0-0. Wilson, dribbles past too well, tried to go past a second, got hauled down pretty unceremoniously. Referee, I'm sure, is thinking about a yellow, but
hold down was being kind, Rob.
Yeah,
taken out. I
got
think.
away with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Williams moves inside smoothly after receiving the ball. Ampadu has two runners on the right hand side. One of them is Connor Roberts. Lets the ball bounce out to that right touchline. Gets support from Jordan James. Wilson is short. James finds Johnson. Johnson in the penalty area. Squeezes the ball across. Nico Williams back across the 6-yard box. Punted away though by
offside there, Rob.
Yeah, maybe an offside.
Good play again though. Anytime we can get the ball into the box, into players' feet, especially the likes of Brennan Johnson, so quick in that first 5-6 yards. Didn't expect him to get that crossing. Really tight. He's so sharp with the ball at his feet. Like you say, Wales with this pressure, they just need to get themselves a goal. If they can do that, I believe they'll go on and get 2, perhaps 3, even 4. But
the referee,
he's booking them,
as is they want these days, is telling the goalkeeper not to muck about goal kicks. First warning.
That's not a good sign, is it? If you're at home when it's you've just been brought in, you've replaced, you've changed the keeper.
Yeah. Inside the first 19 minutes gets the warning. Portugal 2 up on Luxembourg. Another Wales player down on that far side now. This time it's the Crynant Cafu, who is Connor Roberts, brought up in the village of Crynant near Neath. His 50th cap tonight. Throw-in taken. Mepham nips across there. Roberts has been trying to shepherd the ball back to his own byline, and he does. Gets knocked over for his pains, but his complaints fall on deaf ears of the referee, and it's still 0-0, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, do you know what I'd like to see when they do have goal kicks? I'd like to see Wales step up a bit higher and just almost go man for man. Put the press on them right from the get-go. I don't think this Latvian defence is good enough to play out like that. We kind of let them out there.
Wardo's going to take the goal kick short. Now he goes longer. Then he takes it, and now he goes short to Davis. This time Mepham is free on the right. The third time Wales have met Latvia. Talked about the game in Cardiff, and their only other visit here was in 2004 when they won 2-0. John Hartson and the player we talked about before the game, Craig Bellamy, now the assistant of Vincent Kompany at Burnley with the goals. Oh, how Rob Page would love a 2-0 here. But they proved tough nuts to crack at home. Long ball forward, won by Mepham. Jordan James picks it up. This time Tobers takes him out. Crowd aren't happy. Jordan James did himself a power of good, didn't he, Nathan, against Korea on Thursday? His first start.
Just smooth, wasn't he? He's done everything. Got it, give it. I'm going to get a free kick for that.
Well, Wilson slipped then.
Yeah.
Trying to win it back now. It's a bit scrappy at the moment, and Wales have lost a bit of momentum, you have to say.
Yeah, they've lost a bit of their rhythm, Rob.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that when you get those opportunities, you take them.
And they want to keep the pace high, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And the last thing this Latvian team want is to be defending and conceding so much possession, opportunities. Like I say, if Wales get one, then I do believe heads will go down from the Latvian team, and it'll be a fairly easy night for Wales. But the longer it goes, the more difficult it becomes.
Long throw by Connor Roberts really didn't work then. Infield to Davis. And this is Savalniks down the right hand side, curls in across, deflected though off Ben Davis. Ramsey picks it up. Again, another
great
good touch.
Bottom of the studs.
Williams out ball to Ampadu. Wilson is on this centre circle, helps it right to Roberts, striding forward into the Latvia half. He's midway inside the half now. Johnson comes out of that far side, brings the defender with him. Low cross into the box, deflected away. Johnson wins it back. Roberts, I thought was going to get that on the edge of the box. Mepham stops the ball going forward though. Heads down to James. Ampadu picks it up 15 yards inside the Latvia half. Wales playing right to left, all in white. Now Williams again. Always thinks about cutting inside. Ampadu now. They are very tight at the back, Latvia. They are
very narrow.
Very narrow, yeah. Connor Roberts floats in the cross, easily headed out. That's done by Chinamojic. And it's back in the Wales half with Mepham. Wilson wanted it, fires it back to Joe Roden. Not sure he was expecting it. He's got time to turn and find his Leeds club mate Ethan Ampadu.
Yeah, they've got so much pressure, Rob. Wales just looking, they need an extra man in the box at times, not every time, but they're sitting there. You've got JJ and Ampadu sitting there. I'd just like to see one of them break even towards the edge of the box, just for a cut back or something like that. But at the moment there's only ever one or two men in the box. They're just going to have to take that chance, because this Latvian defence side isn't good enough to counter-attack them at the moment. It's all Wales.
Yeah, this is Williams. Johnson was stopped in his tracks there as he tried a little trick 20 yards from the penalty area. Ramsey and Williams trying to combine for an opening down the left-hand side into Ampadu. Now Davis thinks about crossing, but goes wide to Williams again. Davis on the overlap. Williams crosses, right-footed in. Header, and the goalkeeper saves. And what a 50th cap that would have been if Connor Roberts had put the header a little bit wider. But a bit of a camera save, I think, from Ozols. He made the most of it, though, and he did the job for Latvia.
Wow, that's a great header, wasn't it? Spoke earlier about him getting on that far stick. Made up the extra man and wins the ball. More of the same, please. If Wales can get 3 or 4 men in the box, and they will get goals, get opportunities.
And he's by no means the biggest, Connor Roberts, but he rose well then. It's all about the timing. He does have 3 goals for Wales, including one in the European Championship finals. Wales win back possession in their own half. James looks for Johnson, but that's easily cut out. Ampadu tries to win it back. It's on this near side with Savalnieks.
It's well played by Roden. Really good positioning.
Savalnieks chips it down the near touch line. Davis comes across. He's beaten to it and it goes up for a throw-in. Ian Walsh. Wales need a breakthrough, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do, and I agree with Blakey. I think it's good that the opposite wing back gets into the box. Wales do need more players in the box in that attacking third, but they're becoming a bit predictable, Wales, in the way they're playing. I think they've just got to quicken the passing up. They've got to move the ball a lot sharper to create the space, because a lot of the play is right in front of the Latvian defence.
Ian Walsh and Nathan Blake, part of our team on BBC Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Wales on the attack again with Davis. Ramsey now the captain. Up to Johnson. Johnson bundled over. No foul. Back to Ramsey. 15 yards from the penalty area. Sweeps across for Connor Roberts. Keeps it in. Wilson's interested. Wilson tries to hold off his man. Goes to ground. Penalty Wales! Harry Wilson buys the penalty off Kaspars Dubra. He waited for the ball to drop, and Dubra didn't wait, pushed into the back of Harry Wilson, and it's going to be a Wales penalty.
Oh yeah, he's got his I was thinking, did Harry buy that? He just turns his back, protects the ball, and Dubra just comes straight in the back of him, elbow and body. Yeah, if it's outside the box you're going to give a free kick, so it's a penalty all day.
And the captain is going to step up and take responsibility. Aaron Ramsey with this penalty to put Wales ahead.
He scored against Belarus in the World Cup. He's got plenty of booze. He's got 20 goals for his country, but this could be a really important one. Composes himself a few yards from the ball. Robert Ozils stationary on his line. Referee checking, nobody is encroaching. Take your time, ref, we've got all night. Now he'll give Aaron Ramsey the go-ahead. The Wales captain hits it right footed and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Rambo rattles it in Riga, and it's Latvia 0, Wales 1, and Rob Page will lead the celebrations.
Rambo draws first blood, Rob. Absolutely. Just sent the keeper the wrong way. Keeper was diving to his left. Rambo, cool as you like, just slots it to his right. Never in doubt. Fantastic finish. 1-0.
That was one cool penalty, Walsh.
Yeah, it was. It was a terrible decision by the defender to go in and challenge for the ball. But Rambo, under pressure, what pressure?
Yeah, he's 6th in the Wales all-time scoring list. He moves up to 21, just one behind Dean Saunders, and he'll be really proud of that. And Rob Page will be a slightly more relieved man now, and the Red Wall give voice to their delight.
Now this is what Walsh was talking about before the game. Get after him, you've got your goal. Go and put the pressure on him all over the park. Don't relax. Don't give him any opportunities. Don't bring the crowd into it. Put him on the back foot again. Pick the tempo up.
And it was so cool. I've seen him do a Panenka, of course. He has done that for Wales in the stadium where the Panenka originated.
To be fair, Rob, I've never seen the keeper dive so early. The keeper was laying down, he was still running up to the ball. He was obviously nervous. Well, and this is what we were talking about, the 5-0 drumming. The keeper gets replaced. He's going to be nervous tonight, of course.
Well, what I like is that Ramsey immediately took possession of the ball and said, "This is mine. I'm the captain. I'm the leader."
Rob.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been there, done it, in the biggest of games.
So it's 1-0 Wales on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. And now they have to defend a free kick, which is midway inside their own half. It's going to be floated out to the left-hand side, and it's successfully watched out by Chris Mepham. And you can just sense with Aaron Ramsey, I've been saying it all season, he is so happy to be back at his first club, Cardiff City, back with his family.
I'd like to see him there 2 years ago, Rob, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they laughed at you, Nathan.
Yeah, they did laugh at me, Rob. They did laugh at me. But hey, people have laughed at me before. It is what it is. Now we're seeing the best of him again. He's fit, he's playing, he's happy, he's home. And he's just notched a really important penalty for Wales.
And he's even looking forward to the school run with 3 screaming boys in the car.
Yeah,
he must be happy.
Yeah, great times, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you remember those times?
Well, I was driving a black and white car then, before you say it. Here's Wilson, who won the penalty. Floats it out to Williams. That's a lovely ball. Ramsey is there again, just outside the penalty area. Squeeze it into the middle. Can't find a white shirt. Williams follows up. Ricochets off him, such as the force of the tackle. And the crestfallen Ozils, who was beaten easily by the penalty spot. He was lying down as the ball went past.
Good play again though, Rob. Yeah. Ramsey, great little run in behind, and that cut back I was speaking about. Oh, Harry Wilson's come from the right to the left trying to pick it up, but he can get another midfielder in there at times. Nice and disciplined. Don't go OTT, but when you see him breaking, I think Ethan Ampadu can say to JJ, or JJ can say to Ampadu. Probably the other way around, because Ethan's the most senior player. Just go on, give yourself 5-10 yards in front. You can run onto something. Just push him forward a little. I think the results of late have just, they're just trying to be over solid right now against a team that's got no confidence, really.
Well, I think the absence of Keeper Moore as well. I mean, we've had this debate plenty of times. He does make a difference when he's on.
I'd relish today.
Yeah, he would have. That's floated forward by James on the turn. Wilson gives chase. He's just going to be beaten to it.
Yeah, it's good though, Rob. Puts pressure on him.
Dubra, yeah.
Ball's at the right end of the pitch.
Those have got the ball again, right hand side, cross into the middle, comes to Nico Williams, sides up a right footed curler and curls it 5 yards wide from 15 yards, left edge of the penalty area.
Just hit the target, Rob. The keeper's nowhere near anything. He looks really, really nervous, doesn't look the biggest. Just hit the target there. Great opportunity again, but again, ball's coming in from the wide, from one flank to the other. The two full-backs are getting plenty of joy. Just need to get another goal now, really kill this team off, and I think they'll go on, like I said, and get 3 and 4.
Well, on the bench tonight for Wales, David Brooks, Tom Bradshaw, Nathan Broadhead, who scored, of course, in Croatia, Rabbi Matondo.
I'd like to see him
Liam
come on,
Cullen.
Rob. Matondo. He's been doing all right at Rangers of late. Against that sort of pace he's got. Oh,
Savalniak's lost control then. Nico Williams stolen.
To be fair, I think Wales can really isolate Savalniak's. Then get Nico Williams with him more one-on-one. Towards latter part of this game, he will tire.
Wasn't the best throw-in by Williams, but James stabs a foot in, so does Roden, who
really
looks much more confident now he's playing. That's a lovely touch by Ramsey in midfield, takes it away from his marker, goes wide to Johnson. Johnson edge of the penalty area, cuts inside, puts it wide, left-footed again, past the post. And Wales really should be 3 or 4 up now, Nathan Blake.
Oh, Rob, do it justice. That's what we'll be shouting in training. An absolute fantastic Cruyff turn on the volley from Ramsey in the middle of the pitch. Travels with the ball, lays a lovely ball into Brennan Johnson, cuts inside, and then tries to drag it back across the keeper near post and puts it wide. Just hasn't got his shooting boots on at the moment. Great opportunity again. Good play by Wales. Good play by Ramsey.
Well, he's been the star of the show so far, Aaron Ramsey. Never mind the goal. Oh, Johnson might have been in there. Wilson may still be. Picks up the loose ball. Harry Wilson fires it straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Ozils. It's constant pressure now. And Robert Ozils, the Latvian keeper, is a very busy man, but it's still only 1-0 on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. And we played 36 minutes here in Riga.
They look really good though, Wales. I have to say, Rob, they look really good. Just need to get that second goal. Especially from one of these moves they're putting together. If they can get a goal out of that, it'll give them a lot of confidence as well.
This is Ampadu. Wilson has peeled out to the left-hand side, goes square to Ramsey in the centre circle. Davis into Jordan James. James precisely out to Nico Williams on the left side, leaves it to Ramsey. He wants the ball all the time at the moment, Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, Ampadu controlling things lovely in that central midfield. They look like they're just trying not to get beat.
Ramsey looks at the ball over the top to Williams, this time Savalniaks. Deals with his isolation. Toba's under pressure from James Johnson. But the out ball is with Dubra. Plays his football in Lithuania. Latvia, the central of the 3 Baltic states. Good turn by Jordan James. He's brought down, he suffered for that. It's a lovely bit of skill again. And Saganyeks. Jordan James is still down. He's sat up now. Andrei Sigjanik has moved away from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it looks like the referee's going to have a word with him. He's not going to book him.
And that was Aaron Ramsey's 100th senior career goal. And he really has been a servant to Wales. No, there's a yellow card for somebody over on the far side.
Might have been on the bench, Rob.
Yeah, I think it was.
On the Welsh bench.
Aaron Ramsey, top 7 All-Wales appearances. And when it comes to goals, he's in the top 6 goals scored as well. As Davis makes the ball his in midfield, jumps above his marker. This is Ramsey. Brings in James, looking increasingly confident. Robertson Wilson trying to work an opening down the right-hand side. 1-0 Wales. Aaron Ramsey penalty.
Some really good balls
Davis.
in there, James.
Williams again, left-hand side. 10 yards from the byline. Heads towards the byline now. Left-footed cross in. Just the Latvian defender got half away. Picked up by Wilson. Down the right-hand side on the corner of the penalty area. Left-footed ball in. Goalkeeper punches. No real pressure. And then Ampadu just pulls Tobers around.
We call it ragdolled, Rob. We call it ragdolled. Tobers tried to back into him, in fairness.
Sorry, it was Crollis.
Crollis then tried to back into him. Ethan just stood his ground.
We'll bring in Ian Walsh, next break of play.
Some really good balls, really penetrative from Jordan James.
Ben Davis again shepherds the ball out for a break of play. Wales looking confident, Ian Walsh, but still need more goals.
Yeah, they're totally in control. Latvia offering nothing really to the game going forward, and it's just about the goals. If they can get another goal, settle them down. They just need to put the ball in the back of the net. That's the most important thing, and I'm afraid at this moment in time they're not doing that. Some of the finishing has been really poor, but the movement and the fluency of play is excellent.
There was a bit of a mess up on the left side of the Wales defence then, and Nico Williams slipped. Davis didn't get the clearance away. Ampadu lofted the ball into our stand, but nowhere near us.
He shanked it, Rob.
I'm sure Nathan Blake would have leapt like a salmon, a la his playing days, to head that ball away if it was coming my way.
No, absolutely, Rob.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I've got your back.
In so many ways.
Way back.
Yeah, way back. 1-0 Wales. Robert Savalnieks plays for Latvian side RFS with a throw. Probably the highest they've been in the Wales half. And they've got the possession back. Savalnieks has a chance to cross. Arcing run. Curls in a left-footed cross. Oh, it's headed down! And Ward saves! And he had to be sharp then. Latvia had one chance. Kalnieks came in from the far side, headed the ball down, and Ward on his knees, I think it hit his knees, and went up for Latvia's first corner.
Yeah, it's a good save, good ball in, left-footed in swinger, nice coming around the back, just touched on it in the middle of the goal, perfect for the oncoming attacker.
Home crowd responds. Referee having a word with Tobers and Chernamordic, who are the two tallest players in the Latvian side. They run towards the near post. Ward, he's missed it! And he was really grateful then to see Crollis fire wide. It may have been a whistle actually, but Ward didn't know that when he missed the ball, Nathan.
Yeah, totally missed that. It's those kind of mistakes that can cost you in games, Rob. Just needs to concentrate on that. For me, Ward, Yes, the whistle's gone, but he was flapping all over the place.
Well, you don't know much about Riga. It's a lovely city. We actually spent one less day here than we thought we would because of an adventure with a cancelled flight on Saturday, but had a look around today. 150 parks in the city. We didn't go run all of them. And they claim the first Christmas tree was grown in Latvia.
That is debated, isn't it?
It is.
They claim they got the world's oldest flag, Rob.
Yeah, they do. They do. Documented in 1180, Nathan.
That's correct.
To be precise.
Absolutely. You got it spot on.
Yeah. It's 1-0 here, though. But they're not out of this one. It is only one. And Rob Page, more than anybody, will be aware of that.
Oh, unlucky, son.
That was unlucky. Crollis was pinned to the corner flag, knocked it against the shins of Joe Roden, and then it ricocheted back and knocked Crollis's shin as it went up for a throw-in. So Wales have a throw-in in their left-back position. Ben Davis, if he looks over his right shoulder, we'll see a Swansea fan. The Sack Jacks, Union Jack, over London Sea, Bearthai there as well, just outside Pontypridd, Stourbridge.
I have to say,
but that's a Latvian flag.
Brilliant atmosphere, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, it is.
Seeing fans mix like this, you know, so often fans get a raw deal. And Wales fans have been impeccable all tournaments, everywhere they go. Real great atmosphere.
Real urgency about Latvia now. Savalniak's going to take the throw. There are seconds to go in the 45.
Yeah, just buoyed by that chance they got.
They are. The one scare Wales have had, which will underline to them that one is never enough. And a chance here on the edge of the penalty area. James steps in though. Still not cleared by the Wales defence. It's out on the left side of the penalty box. Floated in. And again it goes wide. Uldrichs, I think, glanced the header. And it was Crollis again who came into the far post. Couldn't get a touch. And the ball went wide.
There's a great ball in. Outside the left foot. Got really, really fortunate there, Wales. Nobody able to get a touch on it. As you see, the Latvian commentary next to me went about 10 decibels upwards. Everyone in front of us jumped up, holding their heads. You just don't want to give them any sort of opportunity to get back in the game.
I think I just missed the board going up for 2 minutes. There we are. So what will Rob Page, if it stays at 1-0, Nathan Blake, what will he be thinking?
Put the foot on the pedal even more. As soon as you come out half time, start high tempo. I'll put the press on them. That's what I'd like to see Wales do. At the moment, Wales are keeping good possession or what have you, but not really pressing them because Latvia often give them the ball. But I think if they win it higher up and just keep Latvia pinned in that final third, which they can do.
Oh, Robert slipped there on the far side. Deft header, which was cut out by Roden. Johnson was on his heels then. He has been a bit on his heels tonight, Brennan Johnson. He'll dart forward by the Kauniaks. Floats the ball into the Wales penalty area. Towering header by Ben Davis, not cleared by the Wales defence. There's a Latvian player down. It's the effervescent Crollis.
Well, Eganix with a real poor effort there. Half volley. Just put a lovely ball in. Just a moment or two ago, outside the left foot. Tried a half volley there from about 20 odd yards. Just totally sliced it. Shape was awful.
Crollis, I think, needs some attention. I'm reading on social media that maybe Chris Gunter was booked on the far side.
Chris Gunter.
Which is some achievement since he's not playing, but it does look as if it was Chris Gunter booked.
Okay. Even when he's not playing, he's still picking up yellow cards.
Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. Anyway, the Crollis is having attention. Ian Walsh, some of what you've seen.
Yeah, good at parts. A little bit worried that Latvia coming back into the game a little bit later on in this first half. But I think you've just got to be more ruthless, Rob. You know, you've got to kick them while they're down in a footballing sense. Be ruthless in front of goal for the Welsh lads. They haven't been. Unfortunately, at the moment, Latvia are the same. They've had a great chance with a big striker. Should have scored with a header, and it narrowly went wide. But just keep doing what you're doing, keep creating opportunities, but be ruthless. You've got to score goals.
Yeah, Uldrich was the man with a header. 7 goals for his country, including 1 against the Republic of Ireland. We're underway again, and Wales will want to see it out now until half-time, unless they can get upfield rapidly, and that is the half-time whistle. Well, Wales have had plenty of chances. Indeed, you would say they've been profligate in front of goal. They've dominated most of that first half, but all they have to show for their efforts is an Aaron Ramsey penalty stroked home with some aplomb to give them a vital advantage as Rob Page heads to the tunnel just to the right of the goal to our right. Latvia came back towards the end of that first half. The warning signs are there, but at half-time, it's Latvia 0, Wales 1.
Yeah, just 5 days to go, and we'll be back at it again with the rugby. Wales against Portugal live on Saturday afternoon here on Radio Wales. But live international football this evening with Wales and this crucial Euro 2024 qualifier in Latvia, where just the coolness of the captain from the spot separates two sides who are almost 100 places apart in the world rankings. But Ian Walsh with me in studio, maybe still a little too close for comfort for those hundreds of Wales fans out there in Riga.
Yeah, very much so. I think that we've just been too nice in front of goal. I think that, you're talking about Rob using the word profligate. I would say rubbish. Keep it nice and simple. You know what I mean? I think you've got to be ruthless. We had so many chances. Ampadu, the pass for Brennan Johnson, fantastic opportunity, misses the target. Johnson again gets into a great position, misses a target. Nico Williams misses the target. A header from Ben Davies and Ampadu missing the target. You can't afford to do that, and this will only give Latvia a little bit of hope. As I said before the game started, they were smashed a few days ago. Wales really should be in that similar situation of piling on the goals. They're not. They've allowed Latvia to just build slightly in confidence in the last 5-8 minutes of the first half, and all of a sudden they create an opportunity where they should have scored from a header. So yeah, it'll be a still nervy moment, but it's all in the players' hands. I think they've got to be more ruthless. I think it's a thing about discipline, determination and belief, and if they lack that, then the possibility at the end of the game the result will be lacking. But I just feel that just another goal will put Latvia to bed. Yeah, Nathan Blake, the stats tell the tale of Wales' dominance, but also of their wastefulness. 12 shots, 5 on target, 207 passes completed, so they're certainly dominated possession. But do you think they're a bit too nice, as Ian maybe suggests? They're too nice, generally, not streetwise enough?
I don't think it's anything to do with streetwise. It's just poor finishing. It's as simple as that, Ian. You're not nice in front of goal. You're either ruthless or you're not. It's just poor finishing, poor decision making. Brennan Johnson should have gone maybe across the keeper, or if he's going to go near post, then go lower. The header, over the bar. Ethan Ampadu just gets up, free header, top of the head. Nico Williams got one this side, tries to bend it, tries to be too precise, put it in the top corner. The keeper's on eggshells. I think that's, everyone can see that. The penalty, like we said, he was laying down before Rambo even kicked the ball. So just hit the target. That's what I'd say. Keep the ball either side of it. It doesn't have to be in the corner, and you'll get goals. But just be a bit more ruthless in front of goal, and don't try and be too precise.
Nia Jones has joined us again. She's with Match of the Day Wales this evening. Nia, what are your thoughts? I mean, talking there about Brennan Johnson having those 3 opportunities.
Yeah.
He's got to start showing, hasn't he, why Spurs have paid £45 million for him, surely.
Yeah, and he'll be frustrated going in at half-time, and you know, I said in commentary, you just feel like it's coming. There was wave after wave of Welsh attack, and they were looking really exciting. There was brilliant variation, off the ball movement from the midfield joining in was awesome. But there comes a time, like Blakey said, you've got to be ruthless in front of goal, and he'll be frustrated now seeing how Latvia finished that first half. I mean, for 40 minutes I was loving life. I almost didn't recognise the Welsh team I was watching. Of course the level of opposition is going to play into it, but they had so much time and space, Wales, that there was just brilliant inclusion from Aaron Ramsey. I think he's really showing his class tonight, almost nearing back to his best, and you can tell he's had a positive start for his club. But like you say, Brennan Johnson's had a couple of really good opportunities where maybe for Forest you've seen them nestle in the back of the net, and Nico Williams as well. I think a player of his technical ability should be doing better there as well.
Thanks very much, Nia. Match of the Day Wales tonight then at 10:40 on BBC One and the iPlayer. More to come from Nathan Blake and Ian Walsh, and full second half commentary on the way here on Radio Wales, on BBC Sounds and on 5 Sports Extra. First though, let's get a roundup of the rest of the day's sports news after we get the latest Radio Wales news, weather and travel with Paul Woodham.
Your team for Welsh Sport. BBC Radio Wales Sport.
Yes, good evening. Welcome back to the show. Half-time in Wales's crucial Euro 2024 qualifier in Latvia, and loads of chances for Rob Page's men to grab some early goals.
After the June jitters, Wales really need to bounce back in some style tonight. A game so important for their qualification hopes and the future of Rob Page, the manager too. We are underway. Johnson's in behind the defence. Can he score? No, he's put a left-footed shot wide. Nico Williams now plays it back inside to Amadou. Amadou thought about shooting. Kills it to Wilson. He does shoot. Takes a deflection. Dribbles. And it's easy for Ozols to collect.
Yeah, good play again though, wasn't it?
Davis on the overlap. Williams crosses right-footed in. Header, the goalkeeper saves. And what a 50th cap that would have been if Conor Roberts had put the header a little bit wider.
But just before the half-hour mark, the breakthrough as Ramsey delivers from the spot.
The Wales captain hits it right-footed and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Rambo rattles it in Riga, and it's Latvia 0, Wales 1, and Rob Page will lead the celebrations.
Rambo draws first blood.
This is BBC Radio Wales Sport
with Ian Hunt.
He certainly did. It was his 21st goal for Wales, his 100th senior career goal tonight. Aaron Ramsey. He only scored 1 goal all last season. He's already got 3 goals overall for club and country this season. It is Wales leading by a goal to 0 at half-time in Riga. They're currently 3 points behind the top 2, with Croatia earlier going top of Group D ahead of Turkey on goal difference with a 1-0 win in Armenia. They stay 3rd in the group. We'll be back with our commentary team in just a few moments for the second half. Tonight it's all about Wales, and can they get an important, a crucial win over Latvia this evening to boost their Euro 2024 qualification hopes. You are with Radio Wales, 5 Sports Extra and BBC Sounds, both teams back out for the second half. So let's rejoin Ian Walsh, Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips for the second half.
Thanks very much, welcome back, both teams out. I don't know to mention this or not, I will. Wales have only lost 1 game when Aaron Ramsey has scored. That was in 2013 away to Macedonia, 2-1, and he scored from the penalty spot. But let's leave that lie, shall we? And it's 1-0 here, thanks to that Aaron Ramsey goal. Coming of age for goals for Wales, as Wales play from left to right this time. Wilson sizes up a shot from 25 yards, took a deflection.
Why not?
Out for a corner. Nathan Blake alongside me.
That's what I like to see, Rob. So he said, nice fast start. Second half, get on top of them again, kill that momentum they had at the end of the first half.
Ramsey trots across to the Wales left to take this corner right-footed. Big men are up from the back. Roden, Mepham and Davis, Ampadu as well. Johnson's the one white shirt in the 6-yard box. Wilson, Williams and James are loitering on the edge of the penalty area. Ramsey takes it short to Johnson. Plays it back to Williams. Now Wilson wide to Ramsey again. Tries to pick out a cross. Deflected though.
Stayed in as well.
And it stayed in for Savalnieks. But Wales have won it back with Ampadu. Now Wilson is forward. Giving Nico Williams an awful lot to do.
Yeah, just take care with that pass.
Yeah, he overhit it, didn't he, on that left side?
Yeah, they're all out of position.
Davis fires it up to Williams again. Holds it up on that left touchline and wins another corner. So Wales have Ward in goal. Robert turning his 50th cap at right wing back. Williams at left wing back. Mepham, Roden, Davis. Jordan James that is, and Ampadu in the heart of midfield. Wilson and Ramsey behind Johnson. Latvia is the rhythmic chant from the crowd as Wilson takes this corner this time. Headed out. Williams heads it back into the penalty area. Probably got a height advantage over Wales, but James picks up the ball on this near side and then puts it out. No change in the Latvian side either. Ozil's beaten for the penalty. Savalnieks, Dubra, Chanomic and Sijanic at the back. Tobas and Emsis in midfield. Jounsens, Krollis and Ivanieks with Uldrichs up front. Wales win the ball back again, left to right, all in white. Looking to build more goals. Ampadu, don't think Williams was expecting that. Clip forward to the outside of his right foot. Emsis tries to get Latvia out of their defensive position. Not going anywhere yet. Toba's almost caught by Jordan James, but he managed to squeeze it away. And here's Ikanieks allowed to go a long way. Wide to the left hand side, cross into the middle, over and out by Sijanic.
It's just too flat, wasn't it? Too straight. Trying to put a bit of bend on it with that left foot in the insteps. But Sijanic just came straight off his foot, no bend on it. But again,
there's a flag up on the left hand side. Right.
Substitution, yeah.
And I think it's Aaron Ramsey who's making way. Now he's running off. That can only be an injury which will worry Cardiff City fans ahead of the South Wales derby on Saturday. David Brooks is on and Aaron Ramsey's night is over. Less than 4 minutes into the second half. Nathan Blake.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on that and see if the medical staff go with him. He's sitting on the bench. Strange to come out second half for 3 or 4 minutes and then to go straight off. That was very strange.
We'll bring in Ian Walsh.
He didn't seem, well, he ran off. He didn't limp off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not quite sure what's going on there.
Well, we were wondering at half time whether there wouldn't be a place for David Brooks. Everybody well aware of the battles that he's fought to get back to club football and Welsh football, and Wales are all the better with him around, and he'll look to make an impact here in the absence of the captain. Big challenge on that far side. Referee waves play on as ball is cleared away by Jordan James. There's a booking for somebody on that far side, I think.
There's another player down. Latvian playing this time. Watson being in considerable pain, Rob.
It's Nico Williams who's been booked. That means he will miss Wales's next game, which is at home to Croatia. They actually have a friendly against Gibraltar at the racecourse on October the 11th. But the big game is Sunday, October the 15th, home to Croatia, who are leading the group tonight after a crushing win over Latvia on Friday and a 1-0 win in Armenia team time today.
He must have missed that, and Williams must have left someone emphasis or something, but
he was
down.
He was in a heap off the edge of play. But the real intrigue is over Aaron Ramsey. Ian Walsh is with us, former Wales striker. It surely has to be some sort of injury worry, doesn't it?
It does, Rob, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I wish I had binoculars.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spy.
But he's sat behind the subs. He's not gone down the dressing room for treatment or whatever.
I haven't seen any of the medical staff tending to him.
So we'll go back to Ian Walsh in a moment. As Roden has possession. Wales really need to build more goals. Williams inside his own half. They're going to be patient though, because Latvia showed their teeth towards the end of that first half.
Well, James.
He has. Jordan James really good. Wilson now down the left hand side. Williams overlapping. Williams keeps the ball in, drives it back, headed out. James heads it down on her, just outside the box. Chance for Brooks, lays it on for Johnson. Johnson shoots, keeper saves, awkward angle, Wales corner.
It's just not his night tonight, is it? Good play again. Brooks kept it alive. Good play down the left hand side. Brennan Johnson just used his body, gets his shot away, but again it's blocked by the keeper.
It's not what I'd call a profligate miss, that one. Corner goes in and headed wide again. Another half a chance. Ian Walsh, chance for you to say something.
Yeah, no, it was just going back to the Ramsey situation more than anything, Rob. I think that unfortunately that's what you get with Aaron over his career. He knows his own body, and I think that he's just pulled or twin something that he knows that if he carries on it would make it worse and he'd be out for a lot longer. So obviously the experience that he's got most probably is just he's felt something, doesn't want to make it worse, and obviously he's had to go off. But you're just looking for leadership now out there when your skipper has gone off. As good as he is, they're just looking for a bit of leadership to drive the team forward.
Ben Davis has the captain's armband. Thank you, Ian. Was captain against South Korea on Thursday, of course. On the left side of that defence, he's gone tumbling then as the ball is played forward, but too strong for Jownsems.
Wilson or Brooks need to become that link player now, Rob. Aaron was just floating around in between midfield, and Brennan Johnson wasn't really playing left or right, so he's just floating around, causing havoc.
James sees the run of Wilson, just killed it a little bit too strongly. Dubra is back there, back to his goalkeeper Ozols. Ozols scoops it right-footed. There's an offside flag up on the far side. Wales playing from left to right towards the vocal section of the Latvian fans. I suppose you call them their ultras on this really smart little stadium. It's got a bit of character about it, this stadium, I think. Roberts, right hand side for Wales. Johnson comes across just outside the Latvia penalty area, turns against his man.
Oh wow.
Runs into Dubra, no foul.
So once you get it past him like that, I think he nutmegged him.
He's complaining to the linesman that maybe that should have been a free kick. Ochinas is the referee. Oh, lovely ball from James into Brennan Johnson. Awkward chance, pulls it wide. Right side of the penalty area. Not really an angle on. Tried to drill it inside the far post, but pulled wide. He has missed some chances tonight.
I'm more impressed with Jordan James and the balls he's been threading through into strikers all evening. Another fantastic ball. This time Brennan, the angle's difficult. He's just losing a bit of confidence there. Normally he takes that on and makes headway towards the goal and then pulls the trigger. Awfully difficult effort from there. Definitely need to get this second goal, you feel.
Yeah, one is not enough. And a 1-1 draw with all the mood music around could be really damaging for Rob Page, the Wales manager, under severe pressure to get a result here. And that doesn't mean an away draw at the bottom side in the Group D. Headed down by Mepham, collected by James. Ampadu powers through the middle towards the penalty area. Shoots right-footed, took a deflection again, did it? Yeah, it did. It's another Wales corner. They've had 4 in this second half. They're missing their captain now. Wilson comes across, lauded by the Wales fans in this right-hand corner on the near side. Connor Roberts, earning his 50th cap for Wales, has gone short. Wilson, I think he's encouraging David Brooks to come short now. Instead, into the penalty area, headed away, and there's a flag up anyway for some sort of infringement. And you have to say that when it comes to set pieces, Nathan Blake, Sean Lamrogic and Kasper Dubra have been pretty dominant in the air.
They have, yeah. That's where we say we missed that Kiefer Moore figure. It's just a threat. They're confident they can win the ball in the air.
It's a good header on. And a long-range shot, which Ward, well, he was scrambling to get across to from Crowley's, who, as I said, plays his football in Spezia in Italy. It was speculative, but Danny Ward was almost thought he was panicking then.
Yeah, he did. A long way out, Rob.
You really wouldn't expect him to be beaten by that.
It's got to be a foul. That's a naughty one as well. That's a naughty one.
I think that's Savalniak's going to be booked. It is. Second booking. Along with Nico Williams, or third actually if you count Chris Gunter. He's not playing Chris Gunter, he's on the bench. But the referee is all-seeing. And he's happy dishing out cards in the country where the Christmas tree was claimed first. 1-0 Wales on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. I'll say it, Nathan, the Latvian fans don't give up, do they?
No, they've been brilliant.
Keep going.
Fair play to them. Created a really good atmosphere. It's a tidy little ground. Just goes to show you don't need 40,000 to create a good atmosphere. It's always nicer, but yeah, okay.
Danny Ward showing his confidence there.
Yeah.
By showing it to Crowless and then taking it away from him in his own 6-yard box. Brooks now of Bournemouth threads the ball through to Johnson. Johnson wide to Roberts. Brooks has gone on a run in behind. Johnson, Roberts holds it up, finds James. James short to Ampadu. Looks for the ball
three
inside.
of you, one of you make the run.
Yeah,
Ethan. Really good partnership developed between Ethan Ampadu and Jordan James on the same page. I felt Brooks should have made the run first there. He's the first man, he stood and waited for it. And Brennan Johnson behind him. And Connor Roberts behind him. All three of them just stood. It's actually a really clever little ball in behind again.
And while it stays at 1-0, Latvia are very much still in this. Luxembourg aren't in Portugal, they're 5-0 down. It's 1-0 here. Aaron Ramsey, who's since left the field, which will get the Cardiff manager Errol Bullitt slightly concerned. With the derby on Saturday night on BBC Radio Wales Sport. 7:45 kickoff. Latvia have a corner raided down the right hand side. Attempted block by Nico Williams. And they are dangerous at set pieces where their aerial ability comes into its own. There is no room for Wales to slip.
And you see Rob Page just giving Brooksy some information. I think he's going to be saying that link the play, don't stay wide, just travel all over the park.
Corner from the Latvia right. Mepham gets the first header away, and it's a foul on the edge of the Welsh penalty area by Ikanyeks. Yanis Ikanyeks, whose brother Davis Ikanyeks is on the bench tonight. So Wales have got to step it up, Nathan Blake. It's gone all a little bit quiet now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone a bit too, we're 1-0 up and we're in easy street, but as we said, Rob, need a convincing win out of this game.
Roberts
takes the pressure off everybody.
Made a stealthy run down the right hand side, and Ward has found it. If he keeps it in, he does, into the penalty area. Wilson sets it up on the far side for Williams and overhits it and goes up for a goal kick. Tried to set it up on the far side, thought he might pull the trigger himself.
Yeah, Connor Roberts was just on the ground after an injury. He's brilliant at buying fouls.
He just
he
jogged forward, and then when he could see the space,
he was limping, and then started sprinting.
We had a great view.
Great ball in as well.
Yeah,
he's half volleyed it with his laces. Really good ball. Again, Wilson just overhit the pass. Wales really need to make more of these opportunities.
50th cap for Roberts. Only Joe Roden and Daniel James missing tonight with injury, have played more games under Robert Page than him. This is his 30th. He's a regular in Robert Page's side. Get the views of Ian Walsh, a former Wales striker, in a moment, as Latvia take their time working the ball out from a defensive position. Emsis out to the right side to Savalnieks, infield, cut out by the Wales defence. James is trying to stop Ikanyeks, but a little darting run out to the far side. Then it's and then Ikanyeks. That's a really bad run on Jordan James.
That's his second time.
That's off.
He's going.
I can hear Ian Walsh say that's off. I think the referee has pulled a yellow card out, but we shall see. I wonder whether VAR, the Wales players, are really gathering around Michael Ochinas of Slovakia. James has stepped in there, and Ikanyeks just waited for him to go on his side and just carved straight through him on his ankle. Now, what is the referee going to do about this? He's got a yellow card in his hand as he walks to Yanis Ikanyeks, and it is a yellow card. And the boos are coming from the Wales fans. Ian Walsh.
He's lucky, Rob. I think he was higher than the ankle, actually. He's lost possession and he's just lashed out. We're seeing it. It's on the left. That is a nasty, nasty challenge. It's up towards the left knee. He could have put him out for the season with that.
I think the VAR have intervened here. The VAR, Alejandro Di Paolo is looking at this. Now we can see it on. It was high. It was high on the knee, not on his ankle.
Challenge.
He could be going for this Ikanyeks, and Wales could be playing against 10 men.
I mean, his attitude afterwards was a shake of the right hand as if to say, get up, you've not been touched.
Referee is looking at the screen on the far side.
Look at the intent in his face, Rob.
Yeah, and the ball is well away, and it was up around the knee. He's surely got to go for that.
Yeah, he has to go. The referee's got it. That's one of them that puts you out for a long time. I don't even like looking at that. He's got to go.
Ikanyeks is right on our side of the field, and the referee, he couldn't be further away from the referee. He is the furthest player away.
And then treated it with disdain, Rob. It's almost as if to say, I didn't do anything. Yeah. Get up, you dive in.
I think he's having the benefit of Connor Roberts' wisdom as well. I can imagine that's not a meeting of minds. He's trying to explain to Connor Roberts, but I don't think he's buying it.
Rob, can I come in there? Yeah, just a quickie. That He's very, very lucky there, John James, that his standing leg wasn't on the ground. It's just off the ground when he gets caught. So if that was standing, that could have been a leg break, a knee dislocation, call it what you want. That's a disgraceful challenge.
Yeah, you won't hear me say this often, Rob, but I hope he gets sent off. I really do. I got a burn in my stomach. I'm thinking to myself, he needs to get sent off, because that attitude in his face, the shake of the right hand afterwards.
It's been a review.
Yeah, he's off. Gotta be.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's staying as a yellow. The Wales players are looking absolutely aghast at that.
Can't believe it. It's almost, if you're the referee, you're almost saying then you have to cause serious injury. If he doesn't get up and he gets carried off on a stretcher, then I might consider sending him off. That's a disgraceful decision.
Go on, Ian.
No, that's a joke. Absolute joke refereeing. You talk about standards and with all the little intricate rules in football now, what you can and you can't do, and you something as obvious as that, and you're not off the pitch. That's a disgrace.
Yeah, the intent was in his face, Walshy.
Yeah, you spot on, Blakey.
Yeah, and then the total disdain for the foul with the right hand wave as if to say, "Get up! I've not touched you." Wow.
Now how will that fire up Wales? This is Brooks on the right hand side, attacks the byline, tries to go around the counter, goes to the ground, keeps it in on the deck. Connor Roberts is there as well, fired out for a throw in.
Really clever play, wasn't it?
How did Brooks do that on the ground?
It's a sort of challenge, Rob, right? That causes ructions in the crowd, and because Welsh fans will be saying should have been a sending off. You get players now, retribution comes into it,
and they could go off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, controversy here in Riga. I know we work for BBC Radio Wales, and you might say, well, you would say that, wouldn't you? But
no, it's what else do you want to see?
Yeah.
Does he need to take the kid out? He's a young kid. You need to take him out and put him out for a year to get red carded. It's dangerous, there's intent, it's high, it's reckless, ticks every box.
We're midway through the second half, it's 1 Wales, and there are those who doubt whether 1-0 will be enough for Rob Page even to keep his job. And things like that can change games. Wales need more goals in the final quarter of this encounter in Riga on BBC Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra.
So you can get a yellow card for backchatting on the bench, and then you get a yellow card for something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Wales spread it wide to Roberts, has to wait for the ball to come down, but his chest control is good, and he's got Brooks roving forward down this right hand side. Brooks cuts inside. Will he run to the edge of the box? Took a deflection off 2 Latvian players, shot for handball. Referee unimpressed again. I think they were shouting for a handball off Chiganics, but nothing given. It's going to be a oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I wonder why Connor Roberts has taken his time. Here he goes then. Roberts with a long throw into the box. Bounces past everybody. Big whistle from the referee. It's going to be a Latvian free kick. Just got to be a bit more
savvy.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I was looking for. How come you always know the word I need?
Because, like unison, like 2 peas in a pod. Ebony, ivory. We got it wrong.
I've never been called Nathan Blake, mind.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yeah, quite. Danny Ward, so far a quiet night, though. One vital save just before half-time as Roberts has it down the right side. Brooks straight back to Mepham, his Bournemouth teammate. Exchanges passes with James, just trying to tempt Latvia out of shape. Brooks has made a dart down the right side.
That's good.
And then that's a poor ball from Roberts, who curses himself. And I wonder whether it's time for a substitution. maybe to freshen things up again. Wales have lost Aaron Ramsdale. It looked like a foul throw as well, but that's never given these days.
Sagan, seems like he's been charged with following Brooks wherever he goes. Big foul.
The crowd is... it was a high one on Ampadu, 6,646. I think I saw on the board then. 6,464. And I would say a good 4,000 are from Wales.
Probably, Rob, yeah.
Now, Ampadu is having treatment.
It's for a clash of heads.
Yeah. And Ian Walsh, let's bring you in here. What do Wales have to do to step it up now?
Well, I
more goals.
I think the shout from the manager to Brooks was interesting earlier when there was a break of play, because he's not doing the Ramsey job. Brooks likes to hover out the right hand side, and he's a very intelligent player. So for me, it's just down the right hand side where Wales are getting the best opportunities. So I think Roberts and Brooks are the key to creating chances. And that's what I would be trying, insisting on getting the ball out to that right hand side.
You can isolate that, can't you, Walshy, and start to get Harry Wilson floating then and doing what Ramsey was doing, because Brooksy clearly wants to come down his right, cut inside on his left foot and unleash one.
Yeah, I think the other thing with the lad up front, Brennan Johnson, he's not getting involved in the game at all in the second half. He's had the opportunity. I'd keep him on because he's a threat, he's a danger.
Yeah, I wonder whether they might have thought about Nathan Broadhead, who's in decent form for Ipswich. Scored a beauty against Cardiff a couple of weeks ago.
Broadhead and Matondo, both quick, both cause problems.
3 goals for Ipswich this season.
Yeah, he's in decent form, Rob.
Yeah, Matondo would be interesting. Ampadu is waiting to come back on. He looks as if he's okay. Roberts towards Johnson, round the corner ball, but doesn't find its target, which is David Brooks, kept in by the very fortunate Ikauniaks, who had a yellow rather than a VAR from a red from a VAR check for a naughty foul on Jordan James.
I just get the feeling that this game is just falling into a bit of a lull. And fans are keeping the atmosphere going, but the football's not been the best last 10 minutes.
No. And there's a break down the right hand side, cross into the box though. Well, that was easy from Jones Ems, easy for Danny Ward. He plays in Poland as Jones Ems. And Ward is in no hurry to get things going, but I'm sure Rob Page knows that he needs more goals out there. This is Ikauniaks again, booed by the Wales fans in our stand. Turns away from James and Roberts. Tobers, little shimmy to Lather, crossing from the far side, and there's a header by Tobers, the captain, which goes up rather than in, and now Wales will have to deal with another cross in, this time from the left hand side, headed out. Wilson tries to pick it up, darts past his man Harry Wilson, and then he gets pulled up. Surely that's not his foul, is it?
I thought the lad slipped. There's going to be a little bit of contact, but I didn't think he pulled him back.
Yeah.
Thought he went to go one side and went the other.
Emphasis has won the free kick. More pressure on Wales.
Just while the game is 1-0, Rob, I have to say it's going to take one opportunity. Wales are going to have to, for me, they're going to need a second goal.
Yeah.
Second goal silences this crowd or dampens it down a little. Yeah. You get the feeling they'll still stay and sing for their team, but while it's 1-0, they're in it.
We're into the last 15 minutes. Deep free kick headed up in the air. Wales have got the chance to come away with it with Roberts. Brooks is Flying down this right-hand side. Roberts looks at the crossfield ball. It's a heck of a ball. Out to Williams on the left. Wilson wants it in his path. Wilson gets it inside left possession. Moves central. Shoots left-footed. Drills it against the defender. Balloons up in the air and out for a Wales corner. Can't see any movement on the Wales bench. There are a couple of subs warming up on the far side, but with no real intent at the moment, as Wilson sizes up this corner on the left hand side. Curls it in, easily cleared. Roberts will get across to that left side to get there first. James is there. Roberts is caught just after the ball has gone then. Cursory wave from Townsend, who was the culprit. Says get up. They're a bit beefier than the Wales players, aren't they, some of these Latvians?
Oh, it's not about beef, Rob, just leaving your foot in, leaving your body in at times when there's no need.
Here's Nico Williams again, cuts inside on his right foot, tries it, keeper spills it, but was right behind it and collected at the second attempt.
Great strike, really good strike, right foot, it cut inside, it's all 30 yards away.
Wilson rushing back, gives away another free kick.
It's Wilson. You know Harry, babyface assassin I call him.
Yeah, he's got that edge to him.
Yeah, he's one of them. He will leave some on you, especially if he's done his teammate.
Nepham's being backed into, but holds his ground. Ampadu looks for a way out with Wilson. Wilson's caught after the ball had gone. Free kick. Tobers is gonna, Emsis is gonna get a booking. But it's all slowing down the momentum, Ian Walsh, on the Wales play. All these stoppages.
Yeah, very much so. And I think you could be careful. You might get a sending off. I think the referee, since that decision not to send off the Latvian player, has just lost a bit of control here in terms of little challenges and what's going on. So the Welsh lads, you know, it hasn't been a night for scoring goals. They've just got to keep their discipline. If they walk away from this with 1-0, then they have to take that. Not the best 1-0 in the world, but they've got to keep their discipline now.
Yeah, he is charged on the left side, brushed over. And Wales will have a free kick. Tobers is Emsis is being spoken to.
He's in danger of losing control of this game.
Yeah, he is. Ben Davis as well. Shows how confusing the yellow card incident was, because on the score app that I use, it was down as a red, so they were obviously convinced.
Yeah.
Now being corrected. 4 Latvian players booked, 1 Wales player on the score sheet, Captain Aaron Ramsey, but left us on 49 minutes. Wales need more goals, leading 1-0. Wilson with a free kick from the left touchline into the Latvia penalty area. Header across goal. And always curling just high and wide from Ampadu, who stooped to get that header in.
Yeah, it was a diving header. Coming at him so quickly though, he couldn't get control of it.
Approaching the last 10 minutes on Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. It's 1-0 Wales. But this is not a comfortable night for Rob Page, and it may not be a comfortable week if it's only 1 at the end. So he's got to make a change now just to add a bit of impetus.
Yeah, probably looking to change Brennan Johnson, Rob, like you said.
Here's Johnson. Portugal have 7 against Luxembourg. Diogo Jota's got the 7th. Poor pass from Roberts again. There's a Latvian player down in the Wales half. Didn't see what happened there. Wales have to
I think it's a head injury, Rob.
hold up again. Yeah, that's fair enough. Ian Walsh, would you make any changes now?
Well, it's going to be difficult for Robbie Page to take off a £45 million player, isn't it? That would be the only worry for me. But I'm not so sure, Rob. I'm not so sure it's about the performance or individual players. I just think we haven't scored enough goals. You know, we talk about Aaron Ramsey saying that, yeah, we've got goal scorers. There are goals in the team, but for me, there's no natural goal scorer in there, and that's our problem.
Former Wales striker Ian Walsh. Expert view, Nathan Blake alongside me. As Wales build again. Hilov and Hadai. Rendition of, happening now. Brooks, centre field. 15 yards from the Latvian penalty area. Tried to squeeze it out of Williams, took a deflection. Didn't go where it was intended. Ampadu's header is picked up by Brooks though, good turn. Runs into traffic. Wilson gets there first though on the loose ball. Thought about going left, instead goes right to Connor Roberts. Johnson in the penalty area. This time Williams, goalkeeper saves Brooks, and it bounced up and he clipped it over the top of the goalkeeper, stranded.
You're not going to get a better chance than that, Rob, I'm afraid. It's a great ball. Connor Roberts, a couple of overs. I think it's Brennan Johnson. That's just what you wanted. Rolling on your right foot. You're all of 7 yards out, just to keep it to beat. Again, another opportunity passed up by Wales.
Honestly, these missed chances could be costing Robert Page's job.
It could well indeed.
They've been
still time though. There'll be a fair bit of time added on for the VAR check and the head injury. A couple of Latvian subs in the offing. As this time Ben Davis gives the ball away to Emsis.
Latvia draw.
And then Ethan Amadou slides in to win it back and can't find Brennan Johnson. He's with the pass on the deck and he slams the grass in frustration as Johnson was in space and ready to turn. Tobers playing a deep roll across to Chenovic. Williams gets there first to cut out the through ball. There are 7 minutes plus added time to go. 1-0 Wales. Aaron Ramsey from the penalty spot, his 21st goal. Roberts now still moving forward. Little slip. It is a bit slippery on top. A few players have slipped on this surface. Good interplay by James and Ampadu on halfway.
Yeah, seem to have found a little partnership there, haven't they, Rob?
Williams taken out off the ball as he went to chase Harry Wilson's through ball. That was Savalnik's, who has been booked. Williams has stayed down. Referee is on the scene.
He's almost reluctant to give a red card, Rob.
Yeah. He's got a holiday planned in Riga. Now there's a substitute has been called over by Rob Page. I think that's Tom Bradshaw of Millwall. It's a free kick to Wales on the left side. Latvia poised to make a couple of substitutions. Free kick is going to happen first though with Wilson. Wilson takes it from that left touch line. Again, it's dealt with by the Latvian defence. And a shot more in hope than expectation by Nico Williams. Robert Uldrikis is coming off for Latvia, to be replaced by Marko Regza. So Uldrikis makes way, and Alvis Jaunzen
is off for Edvards Daskevich, who's a winger stroke midfield player. Has played his football in Norway. Here comes Ikaunieks. Wales are slipping and sliding. Ikaunieks shoots.
It's wide, Rob. It's wide. Side net.
Everybody stood up.
Side net, Rob.
It hit the side netting. And the linesman's flag goes up. The people in front of us, I must admit, I had a few thoughts. Thought that one was in.
No, I just seen it nestling behind the goal.
How ironic that would have been, and what a twist that would have been. And change for Wales. Brennan Johnson's night is over, and it's Tom Bradshaw coming on for Wales.
Player was number 9, Brennan Johnson, was replaced by player was number 19, Tom Bradshaw.
Yeah. Bradshaw immediately trying to make a nuisance of himself. Whoa, that's the highest one of the night. And it bounces on the roof opposite, and it's gone over. It's not over the car park, it's on the roof opposite us. That one from Kaspars Dubra. 8 now for Portugal against Luxembourg. Iceland leading Bosnia-Herzegovina by 1-0. They're struggling in their group as well. One of the other heroes of 2016, as Wales win another corner. They just need to give this scoreline a bit more of a convincing look, Nathan Blake, because they've dominated the game very much.
Absolutely. That's what the stats will say, Rob. On the scoreline, 1-0.
Wilson corner from the left. Goes short to Nico Williams. Wilson goes deeper. Has to go back to Jordan James. Still white shirts in the middle, but they go across field. Nepham now centre field. Not sure much there was much thought about that corner, but he's found Nico Williams on the far side. Thanks to the tackle from the substitute Daskevich, it's a Latvia throw. All I assume will be on the 4th official within about 2 minutes here on Radio Well Sport and 5 Sport Extra, and of course BBC Sounds. Latvia looking for the one goal that will give them a point. Cross into the Wales box. Ikaunieks thought about shooting, but his pathway was blocked. Blocked by Connor Roberts then as well is Daskevich. This time the cross is there, it's over the head of everyone. Williams will get to it first on the far side, and Williams goes tumbling again. That's going to be another yellow card, this time for the captain Tobas, who trots off. It's been a bit rough house out there, second half, Nathan Blake.
Very rough, very. Surprised we haven't seen a red card. It does make you wonder what is the point of VAR.
We'll ask him, is he the one next door to us there?
No, he's just...
he's got big red VAR on his screen. Ward takes the free kick. Headed out for a Wales throw. 1-0 will be the win that Rob Page requires after just 1 in 13, but will it be enough to convince his bosses to keep faith with him for the tougher games to go?
7 minutes.
7 minutes of added time. 2 goals and Wales will be in 7th heaven. It only takes a second, as Brian Clough used to say. Ozils clears away from his own byline. Header forward, picked up by Wilson. Wilson helps her out towards Bradshaw. Runs into traffic though. Emsis
on the right touchline. 9-0 now for Portugal. Ian Walsh, what are your thoughts now with a few minutes of added time to go? Nathan Blake, what are your thoughts of the few minutes of added time to go?
Try and get a second goal. Still keep pushing, Rob. Since Ramsey's gone off, the game has lost its pattern for Wales of how they were playing. Just saying that, they're still able to create chances. And for me, should be walking away from this game at least three goals to the good.
So I want you to do something impossible, Nathan Blake, and be in the mind of Noel Mooney, the FAW Chief Executive. If you were him, what would you be thinking on the back of this performance?
Listen, Rob, I just think with all the talk that's going on, I don't think you get success. I think if the past 10 years have shown you anything, it's when you're all going in the same direction. No one's talking about anybody. There's no one, briefing against anybody. We're all going in the same direction. Together as one is the slogan, right?
Together stronger, yeah.
Together stronger. And, that's just not where Wales are at the moment. And it's really sad to see. You've got to think, a better team than this in 2018 missed out on the World Cup because, for me, there was ructions in the camp at board or managerial board level. So, they should have learned a lesson from that.
Ian Walsh, what are your thoughts? Chris Mepham gets a yellow. He was playing head tennis by himself and then led with an elbow. Well, I wonder whether VAR will have a look at that as well.
we can see that here, Rob, and the lad that did the tackle on James, he's coming up and telling the referee, there was elbow there. I tell you what, that guy's lucky that people like Terry Yorath and Brian Flynn and people like that are not still playing, because I don't think he'd have lasted the game. But going back to the more important point, look, it's 1-0 if it stays like this, okay, and it's 3 points in the bag. If you haven't got the players to put the ball in the back of the net, that's all it's missed tonight, really. As Blakey said there quite rightly, this could have been 3-4 goals to the good quite easily if we'd been able to finish them off. So it's not about the managers, it's just about individual players not being quite good enough on the night. That's all it is. And I think you just have to leave Page in there until the outcome of this qualification and see what happens then. I think it's a bit harsh. It would be a bit harsh for anybody to look at his future at this point after a 1-0 win away from home at international football.
To be sacked because players miss chances, Rob. There's nothing you can do about that if you're Rob Page, right?
No.
That's for players to stick the ball in the net.
So while you were talking then, Ian Walsh, Ben Davies was called over by Michael Achinas, the referee, as was Tobas, the Latvian captain, Christos Tobas. And I think he was saying just to calm your players down. But what I would say is, if he'd send off the Cognacs, I'm not sure he'd have all this problem.
Spot on, Rob. He's made a rod for his own back, the referee.
This is a Cognacs with the free kick. Wales head gets to it, Ward comes for it and collects.
That's better, Danny.
Huge cheer from the red wall. Slap on the backside from Connor Roberts while Ward poses on the deck. But that was a good take, and that relieved all the pressure, Nathan Blake.
Absolutely, that's what you want to see from the keeper, Rob. Last minute or last 3 or 4 minutes, dangerous situation, and yes, rightly so, the fans sing his name, because I think the fans accept, well, we missed a lot of chances, but we're going to win the game. As long as you win the game, Rob, that's all that really matters. You can, whether you score 4 goals or 5 goals or 1 goal, you still get 3 points. And like I said, Rob Page can't do anything about players who miss chances. I'd be more inclined to think, if I'm Rob Page, I need to put my arm around Brennan Johnson and just, tell him, forget about it, don't worry about it, just get your mind right for next time.
We shall see, still time. Latvia launch it forward. Mepham was beaten in the air. It's picked up by Roberts. Roberts hammers it for Bradshaw to chase. Ball in midfield. Wales are a bit all over the place at the moment, a bit out of shape, as Ampadu and Jordan James drop back to a more defensive roles. Good header by Roden though. As Wilson collects on the far side, can he keep it in? He can, Harry Wilson. Now here's a chance for Wales. Wilson, Brooks steaming into the box. Goal. David Brooks! 2-0 Wales! The Welsh bench opposite erupt in delight, and Brooks has made it a lot more convincing now. The second goal has been a long time coming, but it might just preserve Rob Page in his job. It's Latvia 0, Wales 2.
Absolutely fantastic, Rob. So pleased for that man Brooks, and what a finish. Great run down the left hand side by Harry Wilson, lovely ball in behind. David Brooks times his run perfectly, and you think, go on, drive it across the keeper. No. Lovely bit of subtle footwork, and just lifts it over the keeper into the far corner. Beautiful finish, and deserved, Rob. As we said, 3-4 goals, they should have won this game. 2, I'll take it all day.
Ian Walsh, what a lovely composed finish by David Brooks.
Yeah, and that's what we've been missing. That's all it's been. That you could see that the natural ability, doesn't panic, knows exactly what he's got in his mind, and he just accomplishes it really, really well. And that's what you talk. That's natural goal scoring for you in a place where other players have lost their heads tonight. He's kept his cool, Brooks, and obviously now 3 points in the bag.
Brooks is back with his first goal for Wales since November 2020. We know the struggles he's been through. They've been well documented. The cancer battle that David Brooks has fought, but he has announced his return in emphatic style. And my word, won't Rob Page be a happier man on the back of that? And isn't it funny how things turned out? Aaron Ramsey had to go off, and on went the second Wales goal scorer, David Brooks. And it could be a raucous night in Riga tonight. Particularly, Ethan Andrew sees the goalkeeper on his line, tried it from well inside his own half, and it just went a few yards wide. Now that would have really capped the night.
We've got Welsh fans doing the conga here, Rob, down in front of us.
Well, what this does mean is that Wales are on level points with Armenia. The Welsh players jump in delight. Rob Page gets hugged by his coaching staff. Will that be enough to convince the bosses at the FA of Wales to allow their under-pressure manager to continue? There have been doubters, but this was a dominant performance which lacked only the goals that the display deserved. Captain Aaron Ramsey led by example with an exemplary display before the break and scored the penalty. Then David Brooks had to wait and wait after Wales had huffed and puffed and they'd lost their skipper to deliver the second goal. It gives the scoreline a far better look, and Rob Page is surely a relieved man in Riga. It's finished. Latvia 0, Wales 2.
Yeah, big hugs between all of the players. A big hug between Aaron Ramsey, the first goal scorer, and the manager. Under so much pressure going into this game tonight, Rob Page. And as Nathan was saying, Wales fans doing the conga around the bottom of the stands there, celebrating a win, a first win since they beat the same opponents back in March at the Cardiff City Stadium. They do the double over Latvia to revive their hopes, maybe, of reaching Germany next year and playing at a third successive European Championship final. We're just seeing a shot of Rob Page there, who gives Chris Mepham a hug. A little word for him. You wonder what he'll say to Brennan Johnson, who we're now seeing on our screen. He's got a smile on his face, despite missing all those chances tonight. And they're going over to the corner of the ground to salute a section of the travelling support there. Aaron Ramsey telling everyone to come over as well to join in with that. We'll try and bring you reaction before we go off air at 10 o'clock here on BBC Radio Wales. But let's get some more thoughts as we watch these pictures. Nathan Blake, you see the scenes in front of you. Nathan Blake and Ian Walsh with me. I don't know, maybe David Brooks has kept Rob Page in a job. You were talking about it towards the end there, but 2-0 obviously looks much better than 1. Can you get rid of Rob Page off the back of that?
No, you can't. Of course you can't. That would be ridiculous for anybody to think that would be the case at the moment. What I just liked about that, it wasn't, if you score the goals, then it's a far more convincing. You can count a couple of chances that Latvia had that they might have got on the score sheet, but they were quite isolated opportunities for them. But what I liked about Brooks, the difference, cool, calculated and ruthless in that final third. He was calm, knew exactly what he was doing, and that's all the other players needed really from the start, and it would have been a lot easier on the eye. But and all credit to all those Welsh fans who were travelling there. That's fantastic for them to get there in their numbers to support the lads, even though Wales have been going through a poor stretch of games. But when you're talking, there's no way now that you can consider anything but allow Pagey to keep going and see what the outcome of this group is. The players are developing. Everybody talks about this word transition, and of course that's right. There's some good talent there. Clean sheet, that's another important thing for the Welsh team. A clean sheet away from home international football. So all in all, not perfect, but as Blakey and I said during commentary, he can't go out there and shoot and strike the ball for his strikers. The strikers have got to put the ball in the back of the net, and if they did that, it would have been far easier. But all in all, it's 3 points. Let's get on with the next game.
He wishes he could have gone out there.
Ian, there was a poignant moment then while she was talking. Rob Page and David Brooks, a huge hug between the two of them. Let's not forget, David Brooks has been nurtured by Robert Page in the under-21s. He was the one who took David Brooks, who was coveted by England at the time, who actually went to play in the Toulon tournament for England, but always promised Rob Page he would come back. But he was certainly wanted by England. He took him after a training session with the under-21s to meet Chris Coleman at the Vale Hotel, and then Rob Page knew once he'd met Cookie, that was him. He was Welsh. He was, because he's an Anglo, of course, although his mother is from Llandudno, if I remember rightly, and that was him sewn up for Wales. And again, as I referred to in the commentary, we all know the difficulties that David Brooks has come through to seal this win tonight.
Yeah, it's a great story, Nathan, isn't it? It's his first goal, as Rob was saying, since November 2020, first goal since recovering from cancer. Just last weekend he got his first Premier League goal, so what a fortnight it's been for David Brooks. It reminds us, doesn't it, that a few years ago we were talking about Brooks, I think, as being the next big star, really. Never mind Brennan Johnson, it was Brooks. It was all about Brooks.
Yeah, absolutely. I said earlier, we talked about Conor Roberts, that's what happens. Every 2 or 3 years another player comes through and is the special one, or is deemed to be the special one. Brooksy, I'm just so pleased for him to have gone through what he's gone through and come out the other side. Probably had moments in his life where he's thinking, this is it, it's all over. But to see him here and to see him back playing football, Premier League, scoring goals for his country, it's just fantastic, especially when you get scenes like this. Welsh fans in all 4 corners of the ground and opposite us also, just bouncing, shirts off, swinging them around their heads, singing David Brooks' name. It's a wonderful moment for the lad.
I don't know if I've seen that before, where the away fans are in 4 different sections of the ground. It's quite amazing, isn't it? And I don't know where the Latvian fans were, because we haven't seen them. We've just seen all those pockets of Welsh fans in their red shirts, and I think we just saw the Wales players all pretty much in one penalty area, in no rush to leave the pitch after that 2-0 win there. And this is where it leaves them then. This is Group D tonight. At the end of all of that, Croatia are top after their win in Armenia earlier on goal difference ahead of Turkey. They've both got 10 points, and Armenia still third on goal difference ahead of Wales, but Wales have drawn level onto 7 points with them now, and Latvia still bottom on 0 points. So Ian and Nathan, in terms of qualification now, 3 games to go, 3 points behind the top 2. How are we feeling about it?
Well, it's how you would want it. It's worked out. It's not worked out with the Armenia result, but if you're Rob Page, Rob and I were discussing this last night. If you're Rob Page, what you want is the two toughest games at home give you the best opportunity of qualifying, and they've got that now. They've got Turkey at home, Croatia at home, and Armenia away. So it's not in your hands, so to speak, but if you're going to have an opportunity, if you need a chance, you're not going to get much better than that. You're not going to want it any other way, really and truly. So it's still there, it's still possible. You never know. We've seen a 1 or 2 surprise results, so hey, let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope.
Yeah, and I think I agree with Blakey there that, when you look at the 3 games left, people underestimate Armenia. I think that's been the problem. They've played particularly well, but as you say, you never know. If you can target Turkey, I think, out of the 3 sides, just get results, and if for whatever reason we can play the last game at home to Turkey, and maybe the winner of that match will finish in second place. That's the best that we can hope for, but let's not get carried away with ourselves. It's slowly building bricks again now. I think it's another starting point from this performance, and obviously three massive and 3 difficult games to come between now and the end of the qualification.
Do you think, and Rob, come in on this as well, do you think that Wales maybe just need Croatia to run away with the group now so that they focus on second place, and for Turkey to get beaten in their games? They've got Croatia away. You'd want Croatia to win that one. They've got then Latvia at home, so okay, they probably win that one, but you probably want Croatia to take this group now. Yeah, and all the focus is on second spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more importantly, you need Wales in form again, because whatever happens in this group, they're virtually guaranteed a playoff place anyway. But more importantly, that if they can get out of the group in the as top 2, well, that's the job done. And I thought it was a really poignant moment, that the second goal. The doubters. I don't think the doubters, even within the FAW, would have taken a 1-0 win. It just wouldn't have looked good. Now, we were all watching this game, you there, us here. It was one of the most dominant Wales performances we've seen. But I think either Ian or Nathan said, you don't want players missing chances to cost you your job. But ultimately, they could have. But I think it will take a lot now with that second goal. And it shouldn't make that much difference. It's a win is a win is a win. But the second goal has just given it a bit more sweetness about it, and looks a bit more convincing, because let's be honest, Wales had taken their chances. If all the strikers had been as cool as David Brooks on his return, then it could have been 5 or 6 and Rob Page would be in easy street now.
Yeah, all those chances, Nathan and Ian, for Brendan Johnson tonight, just couldn't put one of them away. I mean, as you guys were saying, you can't blame Rob Page for the missed opportunities in front of goal. There's nothing he can do about that. I'm just trying to see it from the other point. What the FAW people may be thinking. And you talked before the game about going for the jugular, putting your foot on Latvia's throats, given how they had gone on Friday. They conceded 5. Would people be thinking, has Rob Page done enough? Is he doing enough within the game to get more out of the players? Do you see what I mean? To urge them to really go for it and to change things within a match. Yeah,
well, that's two different questions there. And to change things in a match, and is he urging them to do more? Two different questions. But what can you say? You're always going to have your doubters. Okay, you're going to always have your doubters and your cynics, and that's the problem. And I don't think that's quite fair, and you've got to realise still where we are. We've just lost a world-class player in Gareth Bale, who was a natural finisher, a talisman, and was fantastic, brought everybody together. So when you lose it is a little bit of rebuild. Then you look to the players who can do that for us now. Well, Aaron Ramsey is trying his damnedest to do it.
I just want to hear from David Brooks, the goal scorer this evening. Let's bring him in.
congratulations on that goal. What was going through your mind before scoring that one?
Well, I was a bit disappointed. Obviously, I missed the volley. It was, I think I just had a bit too much time, just kind of got under it, and a bit of a pathetic shot. But scored 2 weeks ago, first one back, which gives us a bit of confidence. And then when I felt quite at home in front of the goal, and just a bit of composure, and it went in.
And personally, for you, after the journey you've been on, how special was that goal for Wales tonight?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, the three-year journey that I've kind of been on to get to this point it's been a long one, and obviously the fans have been absolutely amazing, but the behind the scenes kind of work that got us to this point, everyone that's kind of been involved to just even for me to be able to be just on the pitch, never mind kind of doing the thing I love and scoring goals, especially at international level, it's quite something special.
And how special is it in terms of your qualification hopes for Germany next year?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I think obviously a result kind of went our way earlier today, so I think we just need to do everything in our power. If we win all our games, I think it's in our hands, so we fancy ourselves. We'll be going into every game trying to pick up maximum points, and today is just the start of that.
And finally, how do you as a team go into the next few games now and make sure that you grab those opportunities, because there were so many chances that went begging tonight?
Well, it's obviously a bit of a transitional period in terms of the front line obviously is changing a little bit in personnel, and we're just kind of getting used to how each other wants to play, and the little runs that we make and the little passes that we like to do, it's all going in the bank, and we're kind of getting used to it. The chances were being created tonight, obviously we just need to be a little bit better in front of goal, but if everyone stays fit and playing at club level, I think we'll obviously get better, and hopefully we can get another 3 points at the next camp.
Well, the 3 points are safe here tonight. Enjoy tonight.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Yep, 3 points in the bag. They really needed that, didn't they? David Brooks, really good to hear from him after that goal tonight. Talking to Helladana there. We're nearly out of time, gents.
Can I quickly say some breaking news that Aaron Ramsey has told S4C colleagues that he will be fit for the derby on Saturday.
Oh, yes, thank you. I meant to say that. Yeah, I was told that. So that's good news for Cardiff City fans. He's okay. He'll be all right to face Swansea at the weekend. So 3 more games to go then. Ian, Nathan, how are we feeling about it all? Are Wales going to be at the Euros next year? We've got Croatia at home on the 15th of October, Armenia away on the 18th of November, and it all finishes at home to Turkey on the 21st of November.
Yeah, what I'd say to a lot of Welsh fans, just be a bit more positive, just be a bit more caring. With sometimes the words that come out on social media are dreadful against Pagey, so just be careful. The majority of fans are with the Welsh team. That's the important thing. You know, it hasn't been great up to this point, let's be honest, but tonight was dominant. They missed their chances, but most importantly, clean sheet and 3 points in the bag. And really, this could be the catalyst now that Rob Page and the team needs, just to push on. It's going to be difficult, still a long way to go, but things are hopefully going in the right direction.
Nathan, feeling more positive?
I was positive before the game. Listen, mate, it's football. Welsh and I have played it a long time. These things happen. I know everyone wants success all the time, but it's unrealistic. You don't try and drop the standards. You keep trying to head for those standards which have been set over the last 10, 12 years. But it's reality. It's been a difficult game tonight in the sense that they know they have to win it. So, for me, brilliant. Fans are happy, everybody's happy. It's been a nightmare of a journey for us getting back and forth. But hey, listen, we've had people like Belgium coming, world's number one, world's greatest team, coming to the Cardiff City Stadium, trying to get points off them, and we've managed it in the past, so why not again?
Why not indeed. Go and join the conga, Nathan, in Riga. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Ian Walsh, as well, for your company this evening on Radio Wales Sport. Don't forget, match of the day at Wales then at 10:40 on BBC One and the iPlayer. More reaction on Radio Wales Breakfast from 7 in the morning, and then Radio Wales Sport back on Friday with a preview to a huge weekend. Saturday we have an 8-hour special, Portugal-Wales in the rugby at the World Cup at 4:45, and then Cardiff v Swansea, the big derby, at 7:45 Saturday night. Newport and Wrexham commentaries from 3 as well. What a day that could be. Thanks for your company. Larry Sean coming up next here on BBC Radio Wales after the latest news headlines.